Nerdrotic.com.
I'm late for both things I was supposed to do, so I had to combine them. So here's what happened. Let me tell you what happened. Hi. Here, I'll show you. My room's a little messy. That computer is now officially dead. Very expensive computer, tailor-made to my specific needs. Lasted 9 months. So I had to hook up that one, and it's working great. It's like a Dell Alienware. It's nice. Took 2 months to get. So sorry. I am currently uploading a finished Cal exit video to Perry as we speak. I think it's done. Oh, look, I got my own notification. Isn't that nice? So here's the deal. I wasn't supposed to make this public. Whoops. So here's what we're going to do, members. I want you to go over to the community section in a couple of minutes, and I will put the link for the live stream in the community section for the members. Come on in. We can have 12 at a time, and we're going to answer questions. You might end up answering one of your own questions. I don't know. I can answer it still. I can answer it. But it's this little thing called multitasking. I'm not very good at it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not. But hey, sorry, I'm late. We're going to do another member stream Sunday morning. A good big long one. Don't cut that. No, just don't. Thanks, Eric, for sharing that out on Twitter. I just saw that. So good deal. Good deal. So yeah, finished Cal exit video finally. Didn't pack a single thing today. Melissa's going to be pissed. So I'm going to have to pack like before FNT tomorrow, afterwards, all weekend. Cause yeah, I was talking to Jeremy earlier today, and he's like, hey, we're going to get mystery person on Friday Night Tights. Hopefully I will keep this person a mystery right now. It'll be a very super guest if they show up, really super. And he asked me like, what dates are we going? I went over my dates and I saw the date I'm leaving, and it's in like 12 days, and my stomach sank a little bit. I'm excited, but it sank a little bit because I need to pack. I really need to pack all this stuff. It needs to be packed up. Okay, so I'm going to get the invite link. There we go. So we're going to copy that. We're going to head on over. Oh, no, I don't want to hear myself. Oh, I've got this wrong speakers on too. Dude, where's my freaking mouse? All right. Let's make sure there we go. That's right. And then we're going to go over to the community section. Go over to my channel. Woo, 401,000 subscribers, almost 402. We're getting close to 402. I don't know why I'm talking all quiet. Maybe because it's at night. It's like a ASMR, Nerdrotic. That's right. So This is for Gelogia and higher. I think what I'm going to do Sunday is we're going to start out with Gelogia and higher, but then we're going to let the protomolecule, because I'm changing the protomolecule level. It's not going to be protomolecule anymore. A little disappointed with the expanse, just a little. So we're going to call it the radicalized level. Is that okay? The radicalized level. I got to keep Gandalf, but I was thinking radicalized, highly organized. I thought it was funny. Maybe I'm the only one. Okay, so here we go. Link for members stream. Oh boy, this is going to be a wacky date. So I'll say 2-3 through 2-4 because it's probably going to be 2-4 for some of y'all. It's still 2-3 for me for 13 more minutes. We'll just say 2-4. It's close enough. And here it goes. Whew. Make sure I did not put that on the. All right. So we're going to answer some questions and you guys can chit chat. We can chit chat for a little while. I'm a night owl basically now. I used to get up really early in the morning. I don't miss it. I don't miss it. I don't know if anybody wants to even, who knows if anybody's, oh, there they come. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Look at that. We got Jester of Roanoke.
Hello.
Hello. Inject some common sense. She's still
muted. Hello.
And Marksman.
Evening.
Good evening.
Headphones.
It sounds like water.
Yeah. Did Florida think? Are you in Florida? Inject some common sense. I thought you were in Florida. I don't know why I had it in my head you're in Florida.
Because you're brilliant. I am in Florida.
Oh, look at that. You're below sea level, so it makes sense. Well, at least
I'm getting my headphones on. Hang on.
That's okay. Take your time. It's very casual. Hello, chat. How are you out there in the chat sphere? Let's see who we got here. Gawker's Death Rattle. We got another Gen 42. We got the amazing Eric K. Do I say Abigor? Larry. You're not a pleb. You are a beautiful, beautiful person. There are no plebs here. Yeah, if I can do it to, oh boy, we're not supposed to do super chats. Look at this. Mac Janur says, will the mysterious Mrs. Mann and her legion of dragons be able to fool Peeping Tom? And can he uncover the secret of the cult of the hidden snakes? Ooh, I don't know, man. Peeping Tom can see through it all. So I imagine yes. You guys see those Lord of the Rings posters today?
Oh, yeah. I'm so thrilled I wanted to punch a wall.
I saw it and I felt nothing on it. I was looking at it, it looked very generic fantasy, as close as it was Game of Thrones, which is like
it was Game of Thrones.
Which I'm like, that's what they want to make this. They want to make this a Game of Thrones, and I'm like, you're missing the point of why Lord of the Rings is unique. It's like the best answer is they want to put sex into there and everything. Like Lord of the Rings doesn't need sex or nudity. It has intimacy. It's that whole joke with Frodo and Sam, where they're like, oh, they always play like that bromance, but like that is intimacy there in its purest form. Take away the nudity and strip. You don't need that stuff. You don't need the violence or all that stuff. But apparently, because like Hollywood being the idiots they are in their trends, here they are going, oh, we'll make it like Games of Thrones and it'll be successful.
Yeah, who would have thought a couple of bad reboot writers would have totally missed the point, huh?
I've been on meltdown mode this whole week because of the Halo trailer.
Yeah, I love that. Jeremy put his video up and it made perfect sense. I mean, this is Paramount Plus, the network that gave us Star Trek Discovery and Picard. This is Hollywood. that has given us pretty much everything in the last 2 years. And bless them. There's still people out there going, how could you say this is going to be woke? I don't know. I have no idea.
You know what's funny though, Gary? At this point, I'm not having a meltdown because I'm watching another IP, because you just said it's on Paramount. The minute I saw it's on Paramount, even if it's good, I was like, who the hell cares about Paramount? And I'm expecting this. The thing though that what's really getting to me is, like, I'm going into accounting. I'm trying to go up the ranks as an accountant. So I'm seeing how the financial side of this, and to me, seeing how they keep damaging and destroying their IPs and degrading it, like, the accountant in me is losing his damn mind. Like, can we get a ledger and put some green on the damn ledger? What is it with all this red? Like, at this point, it's no longer about the IP. It's about the freaking money.
I assumed it was a producers type scam, kind of like the CW. They're just burning through money.
Laundering. I think they're flashing on something. That is guaranteed money laundering. And how, as on his newest review, it's like you can see a quality drop in the TV show for Naomi. Yeah, they're doing something fishy in the CW for sure.
They can front load stuff, and if they get a little more money, sometimes for the pilot, sometimes they get less. It depends. Naomi was a giant virtue signal. Like, if they put it out there as a write-off, so they can, just say they have Ava DuVernay. Warner Brothers. Did you know Warner Brothers signed one of the founders of Black Lives Matter? I wonder how they feel about that contract now that she might have walked off with.
Well, as you like to continually say, they are the stupidest company on the planet. Now, others I've seen have really, really tried to take that title, but WB they seem to hate money like nobody's business.
Like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves is when you have opportunities that I wish I could have and you squander it, and it's so easy. It's like, literally, here, press a button and make money, but you can't even do something that basic and you lose the chance. It's like, I'm here losing my mind. Like, how did you let that go?
They could literally reproduce the Batman animated TV series live action, and that would print money. But instead, they're like just continually producing shows that are absolute crap, that crap on the characters. And we're left here going, how stupid are you that you have some of the biggest IPs on the planet? You are in charge of literal godlike material with Batman and Superman and the entire DC mythology. And you're making
and that's the main thing.
Discount Batwoman.
Like, that's the main thing when it comes to IPs. Like, I don't know if you two are familiar how IPs work when it comes to their value in accounting and how you have to keep them recording the business.
I don't think WB is familiar with that either. So
yeah, because that's what makes me want to see the accounting part. Like, I want to see the bean counters, because this is something I learned from my professor. And here's Gary, you'll love this. My professor, very experienced. He has touched every field of accounting except for manufacturing. When he first started out, he actually busted a mayor here in LA for losing $14 million. He was trying to embezzle, but the dumbass did it so poorly, he ended up losing the money.
Yeah, my pops was an accountant. So he was a CPA. Nice. Yeah, he did it all his life.
Yeah, like, the thing is funny with accountants is the accountants are actually one of the strongest portions of a business. They're supposed to be, because they're the ones that have a pulse on the money flow. So they're the guys who are supposed to come in and to restrain a business when it gets out of hand. The thing is, it's also one of the first areas that gets intimidated. Like, I remember first thing my professor told us was a story. He says, as an accountant, you hold the money. A CEO cannot do nothing unless you give him the green light. But guess what? If you give him the green light, what happens? You're liable. He told us a story where he was working in one of these companies here in Hollywood. The guy, CEO, says, I need a check of these couple $1,000s for a project. And the guy said, I can't legally do that for you. I'm not authorized to do that for you. He said no. And the guy basically, because they were short on the managerial staff, he couldn't get rid of him. But then they got a new guy. He went to the new guy and told him, hey, I need you to sign this check. The guy knew he wasn't supposed to, but because CEO, technically his boss, he signed the check. Guess what? Fucking police come in a couple months later. They go to the CEO, and you know what they tell the CEO? They say, hey, you signed this money. You weren't supposed to touch this money, whatever. You broke these laws. We're arresting your accountant over there. And they went and arrested the fucking accountant and not the guy, even though he knew what he was doing was illegal, because in the end of the day, the accountant was supposed to stop him.
He signed off on it. Yep. You are responsible for that stuff.
The
voice messenger. Oh, thank you for the $2 Australian. This is Hale. 401k. Oh, it's 401k. I just got that right now.
Nice.
Here, let's go. We're gonna if we don't see more people, maybe I'll drop it down another. We'll go to the proto-molecule in a second, but we're going to start answering questions and just hang out. We could also just talk. It's fine.
It's like 1 a.m. here, so I figure if you don't get an Australian audience, then yeah.
we might. You never know. You never know. Yeah, this was last minute anyway. I needed to do this. I felt obligated, and this was the time I had. So we could go a while until I do have a bedtime. We start the show. We got Nick Ricada tomorrow on Friday Night Tights. So
nice.
Be a fun show. Here we go. So we've got Riker for $10. And this is from Friday Night Tights. He said, you should consider doing a Lord of the Rings watch party when the series comes out. We can all laugh at it together. And I will. Oh, we absolutely will. The Aussies are here. There's one right there. Look at that Raging Rhino.
Oh, nice.
And it's okay to message me, Raging Rhino. You're never bothering me, dude. Just want to let you know.
Nice.
Never bother me. I'm a little frazzled. Well, more frazzled than usual right now because of the move, but I'll get back to you. Yeah, the Lord of the Rings posters looked terrible for the most part. Sauron, if that was either a Lady Nazgul or Sauron tiny hands. He had these hands I've ever seen.
I'm sure there's like a Trump reference in there. As soon as I saw the hands, I was just like, let me guess, there's going to be illusions because they're that thick-headed that they think this is really, it's nuanced, people. It's so nuanced.
Well, you know what screams Tolkien's majesty is folded hands over torsos. That's usually holding fruit. Lots of fruit.
Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of fruit there for sure.
Yeah. I think. Do you think that was a bit of a sign? Yeah. What's up, Kim? How you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, fine. Welcome.
Thanks. I'm just trying this out. I'm new to this stuff.
Oh well, hey, this is the best time to try this stuff out. I think.
Well, yeah.
I see. Is that daylight behind you?
Yes. Yeah, it's daylight. It's early here. It's 9 o'clock in Norway.
I was gonna say, if that's not daylight, then that's a nuke. And thanks for signing in briefly.
Yes.
I was watching Drinker's stream earlier, and it was funny because somebody sent a super chat saying, "Hopefully, I can finish this stream before the 3 tornadoes near me."
I've seen that.
So they're all like, "Dear God, is he still alive?" So it's just
cloudy
chat
outside.
Going crazy.
Oh, that's good. Well,
yeah.
It's nice.
We never heard either. He never did chat back.
Who's got tornadoes tonight?
Yeah, that was earlier. That was earlier.
Gary.
I don't know
In
who's
LA.
got tornadoes. Michigan's got 14 inches of snow, so I know it's not them. It's not here in Florida.
Yeah, San Antonio had an ice storm.
Oh,
night.
and you're gonna miss it, aren't you upset?
I missed it. I'm so so bummed out. I've never been in an ice storm ever, so I'm sure I'll see one.
Hopefully, Mrs. N will take video of your dogs trying to go outside in that, because that'll be fun.
Yeah, they better go outside. That's all I gotta say. Tough it up. Tough it up, dogs. Get out there.
You gotta adapt.
Leroy says, Gary, Callie is starting to sound more like an 80s horror film.
You said it. Yay.
You're not going to escape at all. I know it is. I know. I said I got it out right there. What's Jeremy? What are you doing, dude? A little bit of rain here in Pensacola, but nothing bad. Pensacola, Florida. What TV show was out of Pensacola, Florida? Am I thinking of Pismo Beach? Maybe I'm thinking of Pismo Beach. There's no TV shows in Pensacola, Florida. No, I'm just kidding, buddy. Hi, Jeremy. What's that?
Pismo Beach. Why does that? Oh my God. Why is that familiar?
Wasn't God.
Pismo Beach was where Bugs Bunny kept trying to tunnel to.
Oh my God, that's it.
Where was I Dream of
Yes. Okay. I feel a little better now. Maybe that's it.
I think it was I Dream of Jeannie. What's up, Bashy? I like that picture. I like that avatar. That's such a good cover.
Gary, I need the name of your damn chair.
Oh, did Mrs. Nerdrotic put it on the Amazon thing here?
It's not. Okay, so it's not there, and Eric said it was sold out. I'm like, great. I still need the name.
Yeah, I'll have to ask her. It's awesome. It's an old man chair, but like it leans back, and it's got.
No, we have Ehlers-Danlos, which is a connective tissue disorder. So even though my eldest is only 23, we're old, our joints. So yeah, if you could get me the name of your chair, that'd be great.
I will. And Eric,
because they're like $900 and stuff for chairs is insane.
It's a lot unless you like really sit in. You shouldn't sit in a chair that much. I'll just say that right now. And I edit now. I don't sit down because certain things are falling asleep and that I don't want falling asleep. See,
not to bring the stream down, but the trouble is we have POTS, so our blood goes down but not up. So we can't really stand for a long time. Otherwise, we kind of pass out. So we kind of try to do both.
Gotcha. Ryan. So Jeremy's going to bed. Good night, Jeremy. See you tomorrow. Get some rest.
Night, Jeremy.
Slacker. It's only 3 a.m.
I saw the poster for Lord of the Rings. Unless the actors of color are playing the Haradrim, I'm afraid we're in for forced diversity show. We are.
Oh, absolutely. And one of those things, one of the hands was holding a script written scroll, and I'm just waiting for it to be that that's like some original Hobbit that basically is the one who like learned writing and did it all, and it just something absurd so they can have both full forced diversity photos.
I'm about to tweet this out, but the female hands are definitely a Hobbit. So they're definitely a Hobbit. See, Az has seen the trailer, and then I got a couple of emails that are just full description. So it's going to be out any day. I think it's going to be out next week.
I think it's going to be out tomorrow, possibly.
We got some feedback there. Make sure you got your headphones on.
Echo.
We got an echo.
Not me.
Sorry.
Not me.
Can you hear me?
No, sounds good.
Okay, we're good now.
I'm calling it as either tomorrow or this weekend. That's going to be their big buildup with releasing 100 diversity posters.
The thing is, that poster style is the most. When I'm just looking at it again, I have it pulled up, and I'm looking at it, I realize I've seen that before. It's a very generic style used in a bunch of fantasy covers. Like, it's a very commonly used style. So it's not even just like, it's not even Games of Thrones. It's just, here's very generic fucking man holding sword poster cover. It tells me nothing.
Well, that's weird, right?
Yeah, at this point, when the original trilogy had premiered, we had like a full-on trailer, we had teasers, we had posters, we had the whole shebang a year before it came out. They're so afraid of this thing that all we get is hands on a poster that is about as generic as you can get. They could have
just showed the ring, a poster of the ring on a wooden board, nothing else. What, as lazy as that would at least screamed more Lord of the Rings than any of these posters.
When is it supposed to be out?
September 2nd. The day Tolkien died.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gosh, the lack of respect is just sickening.
I've never read the books or seen. I know. I've never read the books or seen any of the movies.
Oh my God, you got to see the movies at least. They're great. They're fantastic. The books are better, in my opinion, but Silmarillion's tough. I'd wait on that one. I'd go with Lord of the Rings. Even The Hobbit, it's more of a kid's book than The Lord of the Rings. It's still great. It's still freaking brilliant. Silmarillion, tough read. It's a tough read unless you're a big fan. because you get the whole breakdown of the Song of Creation. There's some cool stuff, though. I mean, there's in the Silmarillion and Unfinished Tales, there's forced. Well, okay, yeah, it's kind of through trickery. There's incest. There's all kinds. Yeah, so there's some Game of Thrones type of stuff, but it's biblical. It's very biblical in that way.
And in another way, it's not like Game of Thrones because it's actually completed and in a book published somewhere.
Mythological, we'll say.
I'm sorry, but I don't know how these people still clinging to hope that he's going to get this book. And then freaking Miyazaki, the guy who's created the Dark Souls trilogy, is making Elden Ring. He brought in George and basically says, I'm going to make the broad world, but I want you to make the people, build the backstories, the betrayals, the crazy stuff that happened that led to this cataclysm I'm putting the gamers in. So they have something to investigate. George wrote
That's great to hear that George did that instead of writing Winds of Winter. I'm really glad he contributed.
No, and the thing is this, what I'm saying is how much work he put into that. This wasn't a small thing. George went crazy in it because how it works is how Miyazaki runs it is he writes a full war. And he'll drop like 10% and then 90.
He's written multiple books, and those wild card books that he quote unquote edits, he rewrites them. He rewrites the damn things. Like, he's always writing. He's just not interested in writing Winds of Winter. He'll write, make 15 blog posts about the effing giants. It's annoying as hell. I check the Not a Blog every day, though, guys. I do.
Did you guys see the latest? I don't know if it's the latest, but it came out today. Sky News did a little report about Whoopi. I put it in our Nerdrotic Facebook group, but they call her out. It's bad.
Sky News is hilarious. What took so long with the Cal Exit video is they do a California segment a day. So I watched like 2 days of Sky News just shitting on California. It's so funny. I don't know what's wrong with that state. There's like that Kiwi girl, or she's got an Aussie accent. It's so funny. California is like a dump.
I'm like, this is coming from them, so you know it's bad, right?
Well, what's weird with Sky News, though, is they will talk about the United States, but then they have all that stuff going on where they're at, which is really, really crazy, too.
That's what I'm saying. They were calling out Justin Trudeau, too. And the convoy, they've been, it's, I always enjoy watching Sky News. They're entertaining.
I think they just avoid talking about their own problems because they're afraid that if the moment they do, they're gonna I wouldn't doubt it if they did. Suddenly, you have the government sending in the police or whatever to kick in their door and shut them down.
I think I don't watch them live, so I watch like their YouTube stuff gets honestly, I don't want it recommended to me. I don't want freaking any mainstream news at all recommended to me. So I every time it pops up, I click that little thing saying not interested. Even Tucker, I like Tucker, but if you watch one of those videos, you're gonna get them all recommended to you. And no thanks.
Yeah, I watched the High Wire. I try to catch every Thursday's episode, and they did a pretty decent chunk about the convoy today, and they had a guy you guys probably know that I've never heard of, Eric Armstrong.
I recognize the name. I can't put the face to it right now.
They did it. I'm still in it. It's deep, but basically he developed this computer program that actually predicted all the crashes and the stock exchanges and the fall of Russia, and then he got imprisoned for 11 years because the CIA wanted his program and he refused. It's pretty cool. Needless to say, we're screwed. No.
I mean, you look how the fucking State Department recruits now. It's like one of their main tactics for recruiting is they do a thing where they basically put out a bounty to hack in the Pentagon, and you have these kids in middle school and high school who succeed, and they're like, congrats, you got a job in the government later in your future.
Well, look at and see who graduated from the London School of whatever it is, and you will see many Hollywood actors, but also Mark Zuckerberg, all these people that basically they were trying to groom to be leaders. And yeah, it's interesting because he says until 1989, when he got in trouble for not selling his computer model, 89 or 98, anyway, he used to groom who would become a nominee for president. They would get him to come down there and basically look over to see if the president was smart enough, right? Up until George Bush Jr., where he says, yeah, he's like, I can't recommend this guy. He's an idiot. And so it was kind of funny. He talks about Biden a little bit and says, he'll sign anything. He doesn't really read anything. And yeah, I'm kind of rambling, but definitely watch the High Wire because they had Dr. McCullough, Dr. Malone on 2 years ago. Like they've been on this shit for years and they've never been wrong yet. So I like to watch them because they actually pay attention to what's going on in the world, not just, well, you'll have to watch it, but the High Wire, definitely want to give them a plug because they always put out solid information. And Del Bigtree, the host, always says, I'm not here to teach you how to think or what to think. I'm here to teach you how. So we sign up for the newsletter, and every Monday we get everything that was talked about on the Thursday show. We get all the links to all the information so that you can read it for yourself, read all the studies yourself, and make your own decision. So more than our news media ever does, right?
Yeah, for sure. And they probably wouldn't last very long on YouTube.
Well, no, their channel was taken down on YouTube and was taken down on Facebook like a year ago. But they had over 6 million people watching last week's show, and he does it live too. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. They were part of that rally in DC. Yeah, they've got a pretty large following.
Excellent.
Hey, Gary.
Yo.
So I listen to you when I deliver mail out here in Arizona, and I always hear about you talking about not being able to get a truck. And I have a U-Haul place right down the way. I was like, gosh, if I had the money and the time, I could drive one out there to California to you. And you just drop me back off in Arizona on your way to Texas.
Well, we got a big old moving truck now. So hopefully, I appreciate that. I really do, because like it's tough. You might be lucky and get a trailer here and there. And it's kind of slower now. But
did you get a U-Haul or a Penske?
Originally we got a Penske, but now we had to get a company to come out and move the rest of the stuff.
You're gonna be happier with that because a lot of the Penske trucks are very high up, which makes loading and unloading anything extremely heavy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had to experience that.
Yeah.
We have a ton of trucks out here because everybody. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that a lot of people from California bypass Arizona, because when everybody brings stuff up like, we're getting the heck out of California, we're going to go to Texas or Florida, or they name off all these states, and I'm like, don't say Arizona. But I know there are a lot that come down here.
A lot of Californians see Arizona has already lost. So yeah, I don't think they're going to move there. Although I think Arizona, like, it's definitely purple. It can bounce back. There was shenanigans. So and Nevada is like the most disappointing though. Like Vegas, when we were there the last time, it was just Sin City making you put a freaking mask on. That's pathetic.
No, it's funny because one of my very best friends just got over here from the UK with her 7 kids. Yes, 7. God bless her. She's amazing. But we were at a museum, a hands-on museum last weekend, and they're all in masks. And I'm like, why? They were outside, so they had them off. And she says, well, they said we had to. I said, I didn't wear one when I walked in. Half the other people, so they took theirs off, but some of her kids are so that's what they know, right? So I just think it's really sad. They're outside in the fresh air with them on, and I just think the damage that they've done to these poor kids is just insane. So I keep having to remind her kids, like, it's okay. You can breathe now. I don't want to be condescending because their trauma, I said that sounds ridiculous, but they're traumatized, right?
Yep.
So yeah.
No, they are damaged. Okay, I was speaking to my nephew for like last month because I went for my birthday for his birthday party. I have 2 younger nephews, and I was talking to the oldest, who's 16, and he was telling me at his school. He lives up in Orange County by Laguna Hills, and his school has completely embraced all of it, not just the mask mandates, all that. He's also embraced all the woke stuff. He even told me how he embraced like the fat phobia recently. And what he told me was this. He said a lot of people have jumped on that, like they've embraced it, but they're trying to game the system, like they're screwing around. So you have the people doing all the non-binary, I'm gender this, I'm gender that. But he said one thing he noticed though was you can start seeing that there are kids in there who like genuinely believe it. And when he says they interact, like when they just say hi, he says he was trying to explain to me. He says it's very difficult because when I first meet them, you know there is something mentally wrong with these kids. Like they are so damaged and people don't want to interact with them. Like you can tell the people who are faking it and screwing around, trying to game the system, trying to put themselves in positions where they don't have to be bothered and they just goof around because nobody's learning, no one's doing the work. And then you have the ones who are really falling into it. And he just said, he's like, they just have that aura of when you interact with them that just tells you this person is not well. I don't feel safe with this person. This person is like unstable.
The teachers brought this on themselves. So, I mean, I'm starting to have very little sympathy for teachers who, what was it? Drunk 3PO was talking about it. Like teachers can't do anything anymore. They can't bust anybody. They can't discipline anybody. And they brought this on themselves. So their job must be, and this
my
is
middle school teacher, my sister actually had her in a class, had his class. He's infamous for how strict he can be. Like he was an infamous where he would take a student right outside the door, chew them out so loud they would hear him across the campus. And every time, without fail, that student would be brought back into the classroom in tears. I remember because I almost got a fight with 2 girls, so I ratted them out later. He took them both out, and we just listened to them rip into them for 5 minutes. They came back broken, crying. Like you did not mess with him. He was a great teacher, but you did not cross him. If he caught you with your phone, he would take your phone, throw it in the ceramic oven, and give you the melted plastic. And he had a legal loopholes to get away with that. Until finally one day, some girl, he gave her the safety instruction. Her mom fucking sued him over that safety sheet because it's a workshop class. He's like, these are rules to keep you from not losing fucking fingers because he's seen enough injuries in his life. And apparently she took issues with some of the rules, sued the school, and won. And now they finally have him shackled. He was one of the teachers that was unshackled. Where like, if a student's gonna fight, no problem.
They can grandfather them in, right? Or it's tenure and stuff. But now I have no sympathy for them. They brought it up themselves, and like like do make the best decision you want. But like public school, they can be different in different areas, which is good. But in California, especially in like an urban area, I wouldn't.
They're rotting.
Yep. So we're going to go around the horn a little bit here. Say hi to some people. Then we're going to get to some questions. So Justin, what's up?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm up really late, just like you are, right next door in Arizona from California.
Oh, nice.
I got to work in the morning, but I'm cool.
Yeah. How early do you have to get up?
I get up at 6:45. I usually get to work around 7:30, start at 8.
Cool.
So I live in Goodyear. I tried to get off work in time to go see the meetup, but it was over in Chandler, I think. Wasn't it Chandler that you guys went to, that bar?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I couldn't make it over there in time.
We'll go back. That's bar was great. It was a great bar. I can't believe I did that drive in one day.
Yeah, we have another bar centrally located in Phoenix called the Cobra Arcade. That's pretty good.
Excellent. Well, that's the kind of bar I could get into with those games because I don't drink. So, yeah, cool. Well, don't stay up too late. Get to work.
I'll stay up for as long as I can.
There you go. Bashy, hello.
Hello, what's up?
Not much, man. What are you doing up so late? Or is it early for you?
No, it's 11 in the morning.
Oh, there you go. Good morning.
Morning to you. I was happy to see, your live chatting.
Yeah. Well, it was it's I'm gonna be up for a little while and winding down. So I'm like, might as well combine the two things I meant to do today. And it's a good test for the computer for streaming, and it's actually doing great.
Isn't that the one you have to send back, or did you already send it back?
No, the one I've been trying to hold on to that one for a long time, and now it's at the point where it just won't even start. So it's at a good point of sending back. I kind of wanted it to last because I needed two computers for Texas. So we'll figure out when I get there. Maybe I can make my Mac work a little bit.
Did you see the latest news about Doctor Who, by the way?
Well, no. Well, I haven't heard anything in the last couple of days.
I mean, I've seen something like in the corner of my eye that the new regeneration will be a husky person. So I have no idea what they meant by that.
Oh, they like a larger person, so they won't be skinny. They're going to screw the show.
I have no hope for the show.
I've heard every rumor under the sun. If they do a hard reboot, they're dead. If they bring back a girl, they're dead. If they do identity politics, they're dead. I think it's obvious what they need to do, and I don't think they're going to do it.
Wasn't there
They
a
need to
rumor
torch
that,
it.
I was just gonna say, you mean burn it down?
Come back?
Yeah, I think they should degenerate.
They should generate them for somebody else. I think that was their plan.
It'll be interesting because this is the one that has a chance to turn around out of all of them. Star Trek, if it's going to turn around, it'll be 10 years from now, 15 years from now, because they're so effed. Star Wars, I don't think they'll ever turn around. So
I saw Star Wars Theory's last episode of Boba Fett, his review, and I just about died. I mean, it didn't have Boba in it, but it had Luke in it, and I was like, oh my god. Yeah, just how pathetic can they get?
Just bless Theory for hanging in there.
I know. I mean, it was done well. Like they hired the guy who did the other deep fake, right? Like, so it looked good.
That looked better.
I mean,
it looked a lot better. He still looked dead faced, but
yeah, totally.
They tried to avoid at all costs him talking.
I know.
I think one of the biggest issues, I mentioned this with the show, is like I was talking to somebody about it because like they were enjoying it, but I said I don't mind. But it's like the one thing where a lot of people don't like it is this is a show made for people who followed Boba Fett in the EU. Because I said someone who just watches the movies, who doesn't check the shows or comics or whatever, there's not likely they're going to be that big of a fan that it's going to worth investing to make a show based on this character who is technically obscure. Like that's where I say the accounting aspect comes in. I'm like, that is a bad green light. But with the EU taken into consideration, like what they've been doing with Thrawn, all these other elements, then there's more liability. There's more reliability there, where it makes it more likely to be like, okay, we can take more of a gamble because there's a stronger base. But you make something for that stronger base, but don't appeal to it in any way. That's like, what
the EU base is, not to minimize it, but it's nowhere near what the normie base is for Star Wars. I mean, it's minuscule compared to just Joe fan who knows who Han, Luke, and Leia are. I think the normie fan outnumber them probably 10,000 to 1. It's enormous. Star Wars is for normies. It basically is. And they've screwed up Boba Fett so bad, and it's so obvious that they just want to build up the Disney characters. I think Drunk asked a good question on Twitter the other day, but I mean, it's what they did to Luke. They're tearing down these characters to build up their new ones. There is financial incentive for them to do that.
I think they're not trying to make normies. I think what they want is consumers, just because like the way even going with the ones they're building up, not building that high. They just want, let's get this name as generic, big out there. So it's just, it's Star Wars. So yeah, I'll go see it. It's like basic consumer because it's a big name. The same thing they're doing in Marvel.
Well, that's what they're shooting for, is that's what they refer to them as they refer to us as the consumer base. Ace, Mr. Freeze.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Long time no talk to you. How are you?
Yeah, man. I'm good. Just think I slept for like 2 hours. Then I woke up and I saw you were streaming. I'm like, ah, shit. No more sleep.
Me too. Yeah, you guys are awesome, man. You guys are
How you been, dude?
I've been good. I just burning it at both ends, you know. But like it's fun, so it's hard to explain. It's I get in this office and I'm here all day.
There are a couple things that are hard to explain. Like, I didn't understand that somebody was in costume on your show for a couple weeks, pretending to be like a
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm like talking to Matt at Fireball Productions. I'm like, dude, what is going on with Gary's stream? Like, who's this lady coming on twice? He's like, no, that's like Chrissy or something. I'm like, what? Like, click back and forth, be like, this woman deserves an award for costume dress.
Chrissy is a genius.
That was ridiculous. I had no idea what I walked in on.
Dude, she was so good. And yeah, we're like, I'm lucky she wanted to come on the show. Like she was asking to come on for quite a while, and I wasn't sure at first. I'll be honest with you. I'm like, I kind of like our lineup. I like how things are going, but an opportunity presented itself, and it was totally worth it.
I just found out she dyes her hair red. I was disappointed. No, I'm just kidding.
She's a fake. It's a fake.
Yeah.
She's a phony.
So what am I supposed to do with people at work who talk about the Book of Boba Fett, and they're all really big fans of it, and I just have to sit there and shake my head and go,
headphones.
I don't even know.
Tune out headphones.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
laugh.
People can enjoy what they want to enjoy. Yeah. I get it, but it's if you want anything to change, you can't fund it, you know. But that's awfully difficult to do in these places, so it's hard to be a pure. I mean, I can't judge, you know. I still watch and review the Marvel stuff, hoping it's going to turn around because I love Marvel. Freaking love Marvel.
Yeah, like tell them about, if they ask like, why aren't you enjoying? Just tell them about why you're not, like, why, because he can be so much better. It's like, there's an analogy I used once describing like some of the situation where I said it's like going to an ice cream shop. There's 100 people going in there, and like everyone gets the one flavor ice cream, and they change it, and now only 10 people get it, and the other 90 are unhappy. But I said the one thing people always assume with this is if they appeal to the 90%, you're only appeal to the 90%. You act like the 10 aren't going to join the 90. They're still going to come along. It's just the standards be higher. So like they're happy settling for less when the others aren't, but they'll still settle for the same thing with the higher grade.
Well, they figure people got to watch it either. People are going to watch it either way, which is not true because I have not, since they fired Gina. I haven't watched one Star Wars thing.
Yeah, they're not. It seems like there's a ton of people watching them, but I mean, some of us are on Twitter, right? But if you go look at the Facebook, why did I say that? YouTube views. I mean, outside of Theory, who, you know, gets a lot of views, there's not a lot of traction for Boba Fett until.
Yeah, like one of my coworkers watches all the Disney Plus stuff. They haven't touched any of the Star Wars shows yet. I think they touched Mandalorian season 1, and that was it. And that was just because, it's Star Wars, and they watched and kind of forgot about it. They're like, I'm going to get to it. And they sort of never do.
I'm sure with Mando showing up, it bumped it up, but like Boba Fett wasn't even getting what Hawkeye was getting, wasn't even getting close to what they were getting. And you could tell like they said on Roku, was 1.5 million over 5 days. So that's 300,000 views a day. I don't know if that's actual views. So double that. And that's probably what they're getting is 600,000 views a day on their $10 million an episode. Like there's no return on investment on that.
And they have 100 million subscribers, and this is fucking Star Wars.
Yeah. I cannot wait till the hotel opens. Oh my God, I can't wait.
Does this sound better? I'm in headphones now.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Their Star Cruiser hotel. That's going to be amazing.
You're Zuya. Did I get that right? Yorazuya? Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
All right. You got that right, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was good. So I'm gonna keep it real. Is this a live stream? Or is this a Skype call?
Yeah.
What is this? Because I just became a member last week. This is all new to me.
Oh, it's all right. Yeah, this is live stream. You are on the air, blasting out to 512 people in the middle of the night.
Kids in Afghanistan are listening right now.
Yeah,
I see. That's actually pretty cool.
Illegally. Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of clicked the link. For all I know, you could have took my credit card. I don't know, but got in here.
You must not know Gary.
Social Security is 64, correct? No.
Yeah. I need the last four of the Soch and that the code on the back of the card, please. No. Welcome. Yeah, this is a live stream. It's an unusual one because I usually don't stream this late at night with the members, but I had to combine it. Usually the member streams are on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's going to change when I move to Texas because it'll be 10 a.m. Texas time. They should release the actual numbers, Gesture of Roanoke, but they won't. And the reason they won't is because they're low. They're very, very, very low. And that's why the streaming bubble is bursting before our very eyes right now as we speak. Disney Plus slowed down. Netflix is bleeding. The only one that's doing well is Amazon. Because
they even moved some of my dad's primetime shows. I think it was over on Paramount or Peacock. I can't remember. And my dad's like, how do I get to watch them? I'm like, we have to pay for it. And he's like, they're not that good. Never mind.
Peacock's a dumb name.
Yeah.
Dumb name. Who came up with that?
I think it's because their symbol is a peacock.
Oh, yeah.
So
obviously.
yeah.
I wouldn't have gone with that though. Anything with cock in the
title. I know, but you know.
Well, that's they're virtue signaling there.
Yeah.
Trying to appeal to a certain demographic.
That demographic just never shows up, do they? Just never ever. What's up, George?
Hail, Gary.
Hail,
congrats
sir.
on the 400K. I'm loving the Friday Night Tights. It's like the go-to entertainment for my weekly hit. And hail, chat. And my Linda Carter Wonder Woman is delayed for 6 months.
Why?
The notice I got from Prime One Studio is that they weren't happy with quality assurance or quality control, so it's going to be a 6 month delay.
And that's probably all waiting for it to be shipped over.
It's something
unless
like
they're
that.
making it here. Yeah.
And Jack Reacher on Amazon Prime has just dropped.
How is it?
I was about to watch it and go like, wait a minute, something's wrong. I'm feeling the force, and here I am.
Hey, at least he looks like Jack Reacher.
Totally, holy smokes, nails it.
4'8". He's not a Hobbit Reacher. Tom Cruise. We love Tom Cruise.
Yeah, this actor's like 6'5", man. I mean,
he's Hawk. He's Hawk from Titans.
Yeah. Totally awesome.
Which is
I had a question about Hawkeye. I didn't watch it. As I said, I haven't watched anything, but I saw in your review you were talking about Hawkeye's wife being an agent, and I'm not familiar with the comics. So did he know that, and does Natasha know that?
Yes, they were friends.
Oh, well, I knew they were friends, but I didn't know if Natasha knew. Okay.
What they did is they made it a mystery in the MCU, right? So it's Mockingbird, who was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., played by, I'm forgetting her name. She's in Orville. She played Wonder Woman in the David R. Kelly pilot, which I actually liked. That has Pedro Pascal in it. And I forget, Adrian Pilecki or something like that.
Yeah, Pilecki. Yeah.
Pilecki, yeah. She played Mockingbird in S.H.I.E.L.D., but she's Mockingbird. I think it was Agent 19 was on the watch, and the whole thing. That made me so mad. So the whole show was about Hawkeye facilitating the ladies. Basically, he's got to get a watch. For one, she blames him at the end for not taking care of the watch. It's her fucking watch. You better take care of my stuff for you. I was just done with that show, and that's one of those things. Where
my theory on the watch is she needed to delete her browsing history.
Yeah. Her browsing history while Hawkeye was out on all those missions, not cheating on her with Natasha. She was out. She found Wonder Man. See, we know where the Wonder Man in the MCU is now.
They could have made that where if they at least had one scene with Natasha interacting with his family, and maybe basically have Natasha be she's now part of his family now. It at least justifies more the reason why she sacrificed herself. Have the kids oh, it's Auntie Natasha or whatever. Why the wife trusts her so much to be with her husband because they were good friends and she knows she can trust he's going to rely her, but protect, watch his back, and not stab her in the back or something. Just a small scene like that would have added more.
Well, they kind of did that, and was it the Age of Ultron, right? I mean, they showed her coming into the house and the kids running up to her and hugging her, and I mean, I guess that's what you're supposed to get out of that.
Hawkeye never had a family. That is the weirdest thing, and it makes him hanging out with a 23-year-old hottie even weirder, and then being best friends with a 30-year-old hottie even weirder, because happily married men they're not best friends with hotties. And I don't care if the group of women work together or not. That is just not real life. Okay. It's just ridiculous.
I have 30-year-old hottie friends, but yeah, I wouldn't be by myself with them.
My guy friends, stuff. I mean, I'm old now, but when I was a teenager, my guy friends always told me that men can't just be friends with women. He said, they'll be friends with them, but they're secretly wanting to get in their pants. And I said, no, that's not true. Yeah, it's okay.
No, it's true.
Yeah. So it's funny because Natasha was like, okay, what happened?
It's out there. I mean, there's a lot of guys who will never, most
right.
Never act.
But the thought is there where it's not purely platonic like it is for us generally.
It's biology. We can't even help it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then don't forget, you also can add on to some of the more ridiculous. I still find it funny. They use the tracksuit mafia. Have you guys heard of this meme? Or I should say it's a meme. No, this is an actual stereotype. It's also a slur. It's called a gopnik. It's actually a Russian stereotype from the 80s. So this is old, and that is essentially is their version. If you take a cholo and a redneck and put them together, that is the gopnik. And they're known for wearing fucking the Adidas tracksuit knockoffs.
Yeah, I think that's what Fraction was going for, because that's the only thing that can be a bad guy. Java Bean, what's up?
G'day.
G'day.
Sorry, bit of echo there. Sorry.
Cool accent.
Sorry about that. How are you guys? SOS from Australia. Anyone can hear me? Please help me.
Awesome,
sorry, I didn't mean to have that echo on. How are you, Gary?
I'm great. Feeling. How are you? Are you freer?
Okay, we're not locked down.
Okay,
but we are in apartheid, medical apartheid.
Fucking apartheid. Oh my god.
Yeah, if you're unvaccinated, you can't go anywhere.
Hey, at least your prime minister didn't say. Your opinions are unacceptable.
Unacceptable views.
No, I saw that. That was terrifying.
Oh no. We're Canada officially has a tyrant and a dictator now.
Yeah, well, our premier here. Actually, I'm going to put a little link. Gary, can I plug a documentary?
I
emailed you. It's not mine. I'm not making any money off this, but it's worth watching. If anyone wants to see what happened in Melbourne over the last 2 years, put it in the private chat. There we go. Have a watch of that. It's worth Battleground Melbourne. It's a very interesting chronicle of the last 2 years in Melbourne. Melbourne Victoria is Australia's Scott states, and Victoria is very similar to what Canada sounds like. So we're kind of on a par. Some states are not like this, but they're all catching up. So yeah, it's pretty awful here, Gary.
Yeah, it's terrible. And like we got the UK, okay, getting rid of them, getting rid of the mandates.
Everyone,
was Sweden today?
Yep. Denmark, everyone's just going up. No, bugger this.
Not only that, but Sweden made it illegal to give a child 12 and under an mRNA shot. Made it illegal.
The businesses in the Netherlands are defying it. So they're just going to say, we're opening. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And
that wouldn't happen here. We're such boiled frogs in this state. It's ridiculous. Everyone here is just that. In fact, have a listen. Can I play a clip from a politician?
Sure.
Today, I only just saw this just before I logged on. So, as you say, all these countries letting go of all these mandates. Have a listen to this person. This is a chief health officer in New South Wales. Did you hear that?
No.
No.
Oh, you didn't hear it?
Nah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought that was going through. I beg your pardon.
You can share it and make sure you click share audio if it's
it's I've got an audio router going. I should have played anyway. So basically, she was saying that 3 doses, possibly 4. That's what they're pushing here.
Which makes total sense since Israel's on 4 and they have 15,000.
They're saying 3. Yeah, they're pushing for mandatory 3 doses. And Gary, I don't want to get you demonetized, so just tell me to shut up. For juice, we call it juice here, so we don't get flagged. They want people to have 3 juices, and the science that everyone keeps talking about is saying, the official science coming out of Europe, peer-reviewed papers, is saying the juice doesn't work for Omicron. That's what they're saying.
And the more juice you get, it
depletes it.
The papers have come out. The more from several countries, the more juice you get, the worse you get it. Yeah.
This is not tinfoil hat stuff. This is there's a fantastic British doctor called Dr. John Campbell, and he goes through. Have you seen him? Yeah, he's brilliant. Yeah, he's brilliant. There's no politics. He just says this is what the data is showing, and the data is completely contradicting what our politicians are forcing.
I've been watching the High Wire, and they've been watching this data because they've had world-renowned specialists on this for 2 years, and they knew that this was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, hashtag not a doctor, but
hashtag no. I'm not a gynecologist. I'm not a veterinarian.
What's up, Jonathan Beach? I think a lot of us about it. I'd say a year and a half ago figured it out. I did that 2 weeks to slow the spread. I said, I'm going to be a good citizen. I even said this on the live stream. I'm going to do everything I'm told. I'm going to wear a mask, lock down, going to be a good boy.
Gary.
I remember watching
rational time.
If it goes past proper 2 fucking weeks, then I know it's bullshit. And I knew it was bullshit.
Yeah, Gary, if we lived in a rational timeline, like everything was actually good, we didn't have this mess, that 2 weeks was the proper way to do this. Like, give us 2 weeks to get an idea of how severe this is. If it seems to be a little more severe and we still need time, all right, maybe a month at most, but essentially at that point, you have to basically say, all right, this is what we generally feel we're dealing with. Here are the steps you can take, whatever. You're going to still have to figure out your life, but at least you can do this to help minimize your risk and so on and so forth. If you have these certain levels of risk,
common
stay
sense.
indoors.
That's common sense that our politicians do not practice it. The system does not practice it. That was not their intention from the start. It was about power.
And that's actually our fault, Gary. That's the thing. Like even said, we fell asleep at the wheel.
It's a lot of us fell asleep at the wheel, but it's on us to unsleep, to wake the fuck up. And thankfully, we got a lot of good truckers in Canada sparking something up.
But I always remember talking.
I was going to ask you, is that happening in Australia?
It sure is. So last week, a bunch of truckies in Australia, we call them truckies here. There you go, mate. They saw what was happening in Canada, and they said, "Right, we're off." And the most extraordinary thing happened around the country. Everyone just got in their not everyone. A lot of people got in their car and they drove down to Canberra, which is our version of Washington, or Canberra, as you might say. And they're down there at the moment. They've been on the lawn. They've been camping in what allegedly is public property, and the police moved in this morning and got rid of them. The police were armed to the hilt. They didn't shoot anyone, but they were towing their cars away. So now they've relocated to a sports field. They're paying to camp there. So it's quite an interesting thing that's going on there. So yeah, and I'm stuck here at the moment, but I'm keeping a close eye on it, and I'm going to potentially go up.
If enough of them get out there, what's going to happen? Here's what's going to happen, folks.
They're supposed to do it here. They're supposed to shut down the Super Bowl. They said they're going to go from California to DC.
A cop is going to do something stupid.
Well, have a look at that documentary, Gary. I mean, you'll see they were using rubber bullets in Melbourne on their
They better keep using those. They better keep.
I
using
saw
those.
that.
They're not safe necessarily.
No,
I mean, they can still hurt you.
They're not. No, they're not. I've been hit by one.
Rumor here in Toronto is that once they're done with Ottawa, they're going to be moving the entire convoy to Toronto.
Yeah, right.
Well, they're in several spots in Canada, from what I understand.
Yeah,
they are. Yes.
Fill me in, George. Like, because Ottawa's like that's like your Washington.
Okay. Here's the thing with Ottawa.
It's Toronto.
They haven't paralyzed the city. They just paralyzed around the downtown core, the sweet spot where all the rich people are having a hard time sleeping.
Oh,
yeah, it's so sad. I mean, really sad. And they haven't raided the Salvation Army and the food banks and all that stuff. They're actually voluntarily. There's people who are cooking and voluntarily going out there giving the food for free.
That's happening in Canberra too. Somebody turned up with $1,000 worth of meat.
Yeah, and you're gonna love it.
Oh yeah,
I've been watching them live. They live stream at night. It's amazing.
I mean, they got it off their grills, but still.
And you're gonna love this. Friends of mine in Ottawa told me the same thing that I picked up on. It's the cleanest protest ever. There's not a spot of garbage on the floor.
They go from truck to truck with garbage bags, taking truckers' garbage.
That's the key. That's the key, is to not give anyone a reason.
There's not a spot of garbage on the ground.
That's why I don't know if we should do it in America. I just don't. I especially if, did you say they're going to try to shut down the Super Bowl in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. This is it, Gary.
Not do that.
Yeah. I know.
Are they still at the border? Are they still at the border?
Yes.
Blocking?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
I know the police intervened.
Yeah, the Rebel News got a lawyer there to take care of business, and they also sent a lawyer to Ottawa again to take care of business because now the government
they're blocking their fuel.
Well, it's not only that. It's like the government's scared of Rebel News because every time Rebel News files a lawsuit against them, they win.
Excellent.
The media campaign, the mainstream media campaign in Australia against any independent media is horrific. Basically, anyone who doesn't like the mandates, who doesn't like being segregated, who doesn't think that the government should be telling them what goes in their body, basically is a Yahtzee. And that's it. That's it. I mean, there is no discussion. There is no, what are you talking about?
I know they were trying to say the truckers were taking food from the homeless and all this shit. It was.
There was an article today saying the government. There was an article today saying, "No, the government is investing X amount of $1 million into the rise of right-wing extremism in the wake of
mercenaries."
What are you on about? I mean, yeah, sure, there's probably some of it out there, but you go to these rallies, these protests, Gary, and it is the most diverse group of people you could find.
Oh, totally.
There are Indigenous people. There are Asian people. There are people of color. I hate that expression, but apparently we're supposed to say that these days. I remember when that was racist. But and they're all getting along. They're all hugging each other, getting on fine.
One of the truckers got a peace pipe from one of the native chiefs.
Yeah, they had that here too. The protesters have achieved more inclusion and diversity than any corporation could ever achieve in the last 10 years.
Despite our quote-unquote leaders.
Well, the Canadian who started the protest is actually a native Indian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the indigenous people in Canberra have basically given the protesters their blessing because it's the traditional owners of the land, and that's what the government recognise. And they've said, yeah, they're welcome, as far as we're concerned.
Hey,
So
Gary.
the government, they don't know what to say.
Did you see that our president started coming out talking about guns now out of nowhere?
Oh God.
Well, yeah, he's starting a war, talking about guns,
handguns of all things.
Yeah,
He's
well,
like,
they
you
got
don't
they
need
got
40
they got
rounds.
Yeah, they got to protect those borders, in Ukraine, because those borders are nobody should violate the border.
border of Ukraine. Yeah,
Yeah. We need to send our troops over there to protect their border, right?
Yeah.
Wag the dog. I've seen this movie. The
Yeah,
comic book for $4.99 says,
exactly.
"Up too late. So glad you all are here. Rough night, and y'all always make me laugh. Thanks for being here. Fight the woke. Fight the cult. All hail. Thank you, the common nerd.
Hail, common nerd.
Hey,
Hail. I'm sorry you're
and-
having a rough night.
Yeah.
And check it out. The first casualty of the Ottawa protest. Oh, let's talk about Moilo. Let's get this out of the way.
Can we do it? Can we do
this
it?
is huge.
Can we do it? George!
George!
$99.99.
Man.
All hail, brother. A day of news. The power of the Rang posters are out. Diversity meets intersectional social justice bingo game. Then some FK Monkey, a politician, called for Gina to be in prison for prior tweets. So many are so afraid of real freedom. Hail, Nerdrotic. Hail to you, George.
Right on.
Gina scares the shit out of people. Joe Rogan scares the shit out of people. Gina
Totally.
scares the shit out of people. Freaking little, cute. I think she is a real elf. Evangeline Lilly scares people.
Oh yeah, totally. Check it out. The first casualty, the political casualty of the truck Ottawa protest, is that the opposition leader has been removed.
Oh, the controlled opposition leader?
Yeah, he's gone, and they put in his place a feisty woman named Candice Bergen, and she goes after the prime minister.
The actor?
No.
Really?
Murphy
Brown. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, believe me, she would not be on that side.
Yeah, no, she's so feisty. She calls him out. She calls out the blackface and everything, like right across.
Oh, I think I saw her.
Yeah, she's solid. She's solid.
Yeah, tide might be turning. It's just as long as America, my beloved country, doesn't fuck it up with some stupid riot or some shit.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. I mean, in Ottawa, the protest is so awesome that they were able to actually pick out the bad actors. There was like a group of 20 people that had a Confederate flag of all things.
I saw that.
That's the key, Gary. It's just do not give them a reason. Just be peaceful. Just be peaceful. The Prime Minister went past our protesters the other day, and instead of yelling abuse at him as he drove out and kicking his car and all that stuff they could have done, they all turned their back in unison.
Yeah,
it was brilliant.
So much
that's how you do
better.
it.
So who's the fool who brought the Confederate flag? A Fed, an American Fed?
Yeah, they were what do you call actors. The whole group was actors, and there was a camera guy there. Apparently, the Prime Minister's personal camera guy was there.
Yeah, it's AstroTurf.
You knew that was going to happen.
It's
just
like
optics.
If you're at I don't know if anybody's listening at the protest. If anybody tries that crap, if you see any like Nazi flags or like, get your cameras out, get a picture of their face, and I don't care if you have to accidentally pull their mask down, go whoops, sorry, click, get a picture of the face. Yeah, that because like they oh god, the government is so evil right now. It's so fucking evil.
Yeah.
But hey, we've got another episode of Jodie Whittaker, Gary. So look on the bright side.
Thank God. It's got the Sea Devils. The Sea Devils are coming. Because all the girls that like Diva Tennant love the Sea Devils.
Russell Brand has a YouTube channel, and he's been like smashing it, man. I've been posting his stuff. He's been waking people up. He's got 4.6 million followers, and he's I don't know, man. He's worth a watch. He's breaking apart all this stuff, trying to get people to wake up.
Yeah,
I think they are.
Yeah, I think they are too. I've been watching him for about a year.
He talks so fast.
Well, usually he started out like really full of shit, to be honest with you, but he's made a little turnaround. So
the thing,
yeah, I wondered about that
socialist.
one.
So yeah, it's kind of weird.
The thing with the third juice over here, people.
But he's looking at socialism. That's one issue. Is there are people who are humanitarian?
He might be getting libertarianish now, but not a year ago.
Humanitarian. What I'm saying is like, because that's one of the ways how some people fall and they bait people into socialism and communism is because it's utopian. That's the idea. It's how they bait people into, because the idea it's a utopia at the end. So a lot of humanitarians, they're like, how do we do things to help the people? And they're like, oh, socialism focuses on the people. Join socialism. It's how they get some of these people in there.
Yeah.
So I feel Russell Brand is a humanitarian and he almost went socialist, but it feels like he realized it and was like, no. I see what that is. I don't want to mess with that and back out.
Yeah. Hey, off topic, do you guys know if they're going to be dropping Omens or Good Omen season 2? Speaking of David Tennant, isn't he in that? He's in that, right?
They're making it. I don't know when though.
It was good. I enjoyed it, which, I'm surprised about, but
we're gonna I want to get the channel surf. We're gonna get the questions here in a second, and we're gonna have to rotate because we got 3 people waiting. So but channel surf, how are you, man?
Doing great, Gary. Doing good. I'm glad you came on here. I had gone to bed and got up and I saw on my phone that you were on, so I thought I'd pop back in. I wanted to get a chance to test my groovy new mic here.
That's great.
And,
awesome. Sounds great, man.
Sounds good.
Is it sounding good?
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure it's a beauty. It's an original RCA 77 DS.
It's pretty.
Fantastic. It's like Kermit the Frog's one they had. Remember that?
Well, yeah, it is. It's the same model Larry King used. So.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
It's a big white pill.
Yeah,
it's shiny.
I hope you have as many wives as Larry.
Yeah, I collect microphones and wanted to tell Gary especially. I have decided after 28 years to part ways with Warner Brothers, and I've decided to retire. So at 59, so not too bad.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Yeah. I suppose talk to my boss and they still could pull me in for some things now and then, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, but after working for 40 years,
what'd you do for Warner Brothers?
It was in the archival mastering and restoration department.
Oh, wow.
And we started off the DVD group. We were the first. Warner Brothers was partnered with Toshiba, and I started in sound with 2 other guys. So there were 3 of us that were on. One guy was on for 2 years before we released in '96. But we were the first ones to release DVDs. I was recording all the masters. I take the original masters and transfer it for DVD. So I was doing, Mars Attacks and, all the stuff, Eraser and things that were big back then, and Twister. And so, but yeah, we were the first to release DVD, and I've been kind of doing stuff in and out with them, but I've been remastering a lot of sound for Warner Archive Collection. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's been the best part of the whole thing. I loved working with George Feltenstein. He's an awesome dude, and love the old stuff, the deep library titles. Really cool things. So anyhow, yeah, got a lot of Hollywood stories over the years.
I bet.
Yeah. So, but it's nice. I finally can come out of the closet on that one since I'm not there now. So
Do you work on soundtracks? Sorry, Gary.
Yeah, I did do a lot of soundtracks.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I did. God, well.
So I'm going to send you a Dropbox link.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we one of my favorite things was getting a lot of soundtracks in for the old musicals and
yeah, wow.
Getting and like the Looney Tunes stuff. Getting to hear the orchestra play and hearing the movie stars, the big movie stars singing, hearing what's her name? Judy Garland saying, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
You're just not used to hearing
Yeah.
people like that, and their dirty jokes that they're cracking on stage and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Just I could geek out all night on this
It's
stuff.
amazing they don't put that stuff together. They can make so much money off it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the stuff was cut into soundtracks, and a lot of that's kind of limited. It's music is a tough thing. It's one of the biggest things that stops shows from getting released on home video.
Yep.
Totally. Absolutely.
Yeah, it took like Batman
YouTube,
66.
Warner Brothers owns all the fucking music, so
yeah.
Well, a lot of the streams I do where I show the movies on my channel, public domain and stuff. When I watch them through YouTube, I find a lot of them have, a snippet here, a snippet there, copyright claim here, copyright claim there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fight them all.
I do one better. I actually strip out the music.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. If it's transformative, you fight it. Because if you don't fight it, they're going to keep hitting you more. So the algorithm learns not to mess with you if you keep fighting it. I can give you a form that Ryan gave me that was filled out by a lawyer with a cup. You just fill in a couple of blank spaces with the title of your video and the length of whatever you were talking about.
Yeah.
You wait. They put your money in escrow, and a couple of days sometimes they fight it for 30 days. But that was only once. That's only happened once to me. Most of the time, it's taken care of in 3 days. It's done.
Cool.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I tell you, a Warner Brothers soundtrack I've been enjoying lately, partly because of the mood here in Australia. I've been driving around listening to the Mad Max Fury Road soundtrack.
Yeah.
That is a punk rock soundtrack. That is just brilliant.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. If I had my phone with me, I'd be able to show you. I just did. One of the last things I worked on was both Mad Max, the original, and Road Warrior, and they just re-released Road Warrior to 4K. So
yep, I bought it. Yep.
Yeah. So I guess there were some issues I hadn't heard because I'd been out of work for a long time. I lost both of my folks this summer. So
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's been this last year has been a real roller coaster. So it's one of the reasons for me, leaving now. So, but yeah, that's one of the last things I worked on in the original masters for Road Warrior, and it was pretty cool because and Mad Max as well, because you've got Mel Gibson's dialogue in it, which they dubbed over when they first released it because
there's
they
a truck
thought,
out there that'll haul that trailer.
Yeah,
you need to talk to me. The original Mad Max. Sorry, Gary, this is your show. The original Mad Max was shot not far from where I live.
Oh,
and
really? Oh,
yeah, when the
terrific.
mood takes me, I go for a bit of a drive through there, listening to a bit of Tina Turner. Not that one wasn't shot there. And incidentally, they're shooting the new one in Broken Hill, which is about an 8-hour drive from where I live.
Oh,
I'm going to go up there and
Furiosa?
I'm going to go up there and watch. I know, but I'm going to go up and watch it, and I'll get you some set reports, Gary.
Yeah, cool.
I would like to see Mad Max, but
I don't think he's in it. Yeah,
Maxine.
Yeah, Maxine. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bounce out, Gary. I'll let
probably
somebody
gonna
else
be
jump in.
Miller's. That's
Oh,
probably
sorry.
going to be the last. That's probably going to be his last movie.
He's genius. He is fantastic. He's a nice guy too.
I would have loved to have seen his Justice League. His Justice League probably would have kicked ass. Oh well.
Yeah,
All right. Hey, thanks for coming in, Java.
No
B.
worries. Take care, everyone. Love your work,
Take
Gary.
care, man.
As always, congratulations on 400K. Have fun with Friday Night
Cheers,
Tights
buddy.
tomorrow. My wife and I always watch it, and we listen to the song in the car.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And
Right
my wife's favorite line is "Turn up the audio, Gary."
Yeah. Yeah.
She just sings along. It's fantastic. But anyway, hail to everyone. Congratulations, Channel Surf. Love your work, Gary.
Thank you. Take
care,
care,
man.
Java. Being great talking to you.
You too, guys. Take care. Bye.
Night, guys.
Hey Gary, I'm gonna head out too. And actually, last night or yesterday, I looked up that "Beam Me Up" and I blasted it all the way home from work.
Awesome.
And everyone's staring at me because you get that really high pitch, and everyone's looking over at me. But I gotta get up early to deliver mail to the old people out in Sun City. So I'll be watching Friday Night Tights. I ride a bike and I have a little phone rig. And while you guys are talking and going over everything, I've got my earbud in and I'm delivering mail to the old people and watching Friday Night Tights right there on my phone as I'm delivering mail.
Awesome.
Nice.
So
Be
have a good
careful.
night, everybody.
Thanks, man.
Congrats on
Bye, man.
All right.
Good night.
Cheers.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to get some questions here.
Yeah,
What's
I'm
up,
also have to
Blake?
head out, Gary, too. But before I go, I just want to mention two real quick things. One, since you're talking about Warner Brothers, they have a middle school teacher I told you about. He actually he worked in Hollywood as special effects director. One of his biggest projects was Starship Troopers. Is one of the reasons we loved them so much, because he would tell us all the stories he saw. Like he worked in Indiana Jones as a basic staff member. So like, he would tell us everything. And I think it was Marlon Brando. I'm not sure. But I remember he just mentioned there was one time he saw as an intern. It was a big star celebrity. He got a fight on set, like really was a big diva about it. And he was fighting with some of the staff. And what ended up happening was when he got in an argument, he's standing on the set, yelling at the director, and they're going back and forth. One of the guys he got in a fight with was up in the scaffolding fixing the lights. So the guy did was he unzipped his pants and took a piss from the scaffolding right on the guy's head.
Oh, Jesus.
Like you would have loved him, like all the things he would tell us. Like the guy had like a long career, like working his way up to he became an actual like specialist or such. Like in Starship Troopers, when the guy's blasting the bug and paints himself green with blood, that was actually my teacher. He actually showed us the tool because he kept it that he used to spray him down for that scene because he was the one shooting him with it.
Huh.
So
Really?
like, great.
That's cool.
And that's the guy who got in trouble, huh?
Yep. I was like, man, it's like this is a guy who has like, as I said, he knew how to run stuff. Like they never bothered with him because they said like he knew what he was doing. Like this is a guy who they allowed to get physical with the students to break up fights. And at the most time, because he was so experienced, like he even told us he had a student try to kill him once. Like actually brought him in, we took him down, but he's like, yeah, I've been doing this for years. I know how to interact with you guys. I know how to experience it. So he said, one thing I learned is you guys need a firm hand. Some of you may hate me right now, but I promise you every time by the end of this semester, you will all love me. And guess what? He was right. Everyone, even the delinquents who were in that class that I know who caused hell, all the teachers loved him by the end of that semester.
Excellent.
And they're getting rid of teachers like
father figure, you know?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got a special effects bottle from Austin Powers here. It's a bottle that was screen used for the beginning of what I think it was Spy Who Shagged Me, and the bottle gets blown off of a tray, the champagne bottle, and I got a bunch of cool props and things over the years from prop sales and kind of fun stuff.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
How you
Before
doing,
I go, I just
Draco?
want to mention this because as I said, I'm
How are
going to
you
accounting.
doing?
I'm doing
And something I learned.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. But before I go, something real quick. Something I learned from accounting is there's something called the poison pill, and I feel it's something like we got to start sort of getting used to. As you said, we're going to see all our IPs burned to the ground. It's like even though I love Halo, I grew up with it since I was 7 because my brother got me into it. But like for me, seeing what they're doing doesn't really affect me. For me, it's the accountant in me. And one of the things like I learned in accounting is what companies have an option of doing, but it's rarely done. Is there's something called the poison pill. It's not a black pill. What it does is it cripples a company in a way. Like if there's someone trying to buy out the company or take it over, one way to stop it is you use a poison pill, which is written into the charter, where it deflates the stocks, deflates the values. It like crashes the company down, crippling it, but it doesn't throw it under. And essentially it says is, all right, if you want to buy this company, guess what? The price just doubled or tripled along with all the liabilities. So unless you want to take another hit on top of your payment you're offering, then it's like basically you want to move somewhere else. And I feel like in a way we have to get there with these franchises where we sort of have to accept to a degree that, yeah, we're going to see them destroyed, but we're going to have to basically learn, like with Star Wars right now. Like I poison pilled myself on Star Wars. I see the sequel trilogy. I don't care. It can burn. In fact, I love watching it burn. But it's like I go to the OG, some of my older stuff. I feel that fan still. Like there was a poster of Darth Vader as a samurai with flames and the sunset behind him. It looks amazing. The moment it popped up on my feed, it was like, oh, this is a brand new release, $150. I bought it right away. It's mounted on the wall behind me. I still have that love, and I'm still able to hold on to it because I was willing to burn the other side of the bridge. I poison pilled it. It still hurt, but now I'm at that stage of acceptance, and it's allowing me to get through this so much easier. And I feel there's something we like people should start probably considering some of these IPs like Lord of the Rings, where grab the stuff you love, hold it tight like a bug out bag, take that pill, and just when the new stuff comes in, you will basically, once you hit that stage of acceptance, it won't phase you, it won't hit you, it won't stab you in the heart. Like we've seen so many guys, like when Mexican Iron Man, when he had that breakdown because of what they did to He-Man. Like we basically have to prepare. Like as you said, we are going to see just about all of this destroyed because we've let these people in. They have control now, and this is the price of it because we got complacent.
I have a theory about the Mandalorian. Book of Boba Fett. Is that the two episodes that featured the Mandalorian? I think those are repurposed episodes from the next season of the Mandalorian. I think the Mandalorian itself has been gutted and reworked because of Gina Carano not being in there.
Oh yeah,
everyone's.
I think there was problems with Pedro and his schedule too because he's doing Last of Us, which will be
because these two episodes there were great.
Those were blatant replacements. That was season 3 right there. But yeah, I gotta go to bed. I got work. It was nice talking to you guys. Take care, Gary. See you tomorrow show.
See ya.
Take it easy.
We got Voice Messenger back. Leroy for $10 says X-Ray Girl or Frost, Tom Cruise, and Drag. Can't decide. You guys keep giving the rest of us hope. Hail Gary. Hail X-Ray Girl. Hail Tom Cruise. Hail Friday Night Tights. Thank you, Leroy, for $10. I appreciate it. I keep hitting the wrong one. I keep sending my mouse over to the StreamYards thing, which doesn't work. Delete row. That works. Yeah. So this is what X-Ray Girl does. All show. She grabs all the super chats. She fixes any spelling errors that she sees, and she gets them all in this nice little Excel file. And she's working her butt off all the time. She's great.
And she's doing it from Canada.
She's doing it from Canada.
Man.
And yeah, Mark the Cyborg's in the military. That'll be, hopefully they don't get called. That'll be awkward.
Yeah, that could get ugly really fast.
That would just be they even brought that up is shameful. I mean, I can't believe
it's actually the police chief of Ottawa has gone begging to the Capitol asking for military attack on the protesters. He says that he doesn't have sufficient forces to exclude them from the city or lock down the city, and he wants them to violently remove them from the Capitol and then put a perimeter around Ottawa to prevent them, kind of like what they did after the 6th stuff in DC for a while. And did you notice conveniently that they, in the U.S., they used the National Guard, which wasn't subject to the limits of posse comitatus. Very interesting, but that's I don't know if they have that in Canada or not. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Canadians, you can mention if there's any
I
Canadians.
just know you get enough truckers, there's not much they can do. The military will look very, very bad if they do something.
Especially if they do something like Kent State and open fire on armed peaceful protesters. So it's not going to look. Optics won't be good, but I don't think socialists really care because he is the bastard son of Castro. So why not?
And then the news will just twist it all.
Yeah. Well, supposedly what I heard is he's in hiding somewhere in some place in Canada. It was like an old NATO bunker or something from the Cold War. He's apparently so terrified of everything that he's actually not in. He's, like how they had during the Cold War, they had like for the Congress and the president, they had those like bunkers outside of D.C. and in Virginia and stuff. Well, supposedly he's out of Ottawa. That's at least the last thing I've read about him.
I think he's gotten on the silver streak with Richard Pryor.
Yeah. We got Riker for $10 says we've been frostbitten. She joins the stream, sees all the toxic chat, and says, "Fuck that, I'm out. Peace." Thank you, Riker. And Z-Dog gave us $10 too. We appreciate that.
That's comedy gold. She's been doing every week.
Yeah, what Chris has been doing has been amazing.
I think most of it she's doing is kind of on the fly. I think she's probably got like if you're a typical improviser, you have like an outline of kind of what you want to do in your head. But I think most of it she's just doing on the fly, isn't it, Gary? Or
you got frostbitten.
You want to send Frost, a head explode? Just tell her, men and women, just tell her, I whack off to you.
Yeah, we all know it.
Chat whacking off to your girl.
That's what she was begging for anyway. She wants to be told she's hot. She is desperate. Anybody who says like unironically, "I'm the Brad Pitt of lesbians."
Why would she care what guys think if she's? Never mind.
Let's be honest. She actually showed all her tattoos in a picture, completely naked. Nobody says anything about her body.
Oh yeah, did you notice all those tattoos have a semblance of Nazism and slavery?
Yeah,
she probably got a picture off a wall at a tattoo shop. So
Some of them look like the ones that they give you in jail.
That one looks pretty.
Prison work, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that's mean. I've seen prison work look better than that, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I like that one. You don't know what that means, do you? No, why should I care?
Yeah, or else it's like dumbass spelled backwards or something, so she doesn't understand that. It's like, what? Wait, what is that? Oh my God, no.
Well, here in Argentina, a guy actually put like a barcode in his hand, and one day he was in a supermarket, and they registered that barcode, so he was actually worth for like 40 pesos. So yeah.
Nice.
And it happened for real. I'm not joking.
Mel for 1958. This might be some lore. I'm not that up with all the Trudeau stuff. He says words of wisdom from Führer Trudeau. Well, we have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of water, out of when we have bottles out of plastic. Sorry, away from plastic towards paper. Like don't drink box water bottles, sort of things. That's a quote.
It's his Biden showing.
Yeah. No, he actually almost makes Biden sound coherent.
Yeah.
That's a low bar to shoot for.
Nothing could ever make Biden sound coherent, ever.
You see the video of Biden being led with the blind guy?
Yeah.
No.
Blind guy was going and Biden didn't.
What happened?
The blind guy actually knew where to go, but Biden didn't know what to do.
Oh my
Biden
God.
and a blind man were being walked up to, I guess, a group of people to talk to, and the blind man keeps walking to the people that Biden was going to talk to. Biden stopped, looked down, and somebody goes, "Mr. Biden, turn to the left." And he turns to the left just a little bit, and he sees like the big group of people that were standing right in front of him. He goes, "Oh, hi!" It was funny.
Is that not a is that not case in point for the current situation in the world when the president following the blind would actually be better than the alternative?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
we're in a very sad, weird time.
You think that's a war timeline? Let me tell you about Argentina. There was I don't know how to say it, but some drug come here in Argentina, and it was actually like cut with poison, with rat poison, and the actual government told you to not consume it. I'm not joking, because it contains rat poison. Something completely illegal to tell. The government actually told you to not consume it because it contains rat poison. Okay. And so, and here's the kicker: 3 people actually went to the hospital because of this, and after release, they actually consumed it again and came back to the hospital. It was like
that would happen here.
Yeah, but what's funny is actually one of the people said, "I can contain myself," and it was like, "Yes, we know."
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the Tide Pod thing started here too.
Yeah, that was YouTube. What? No, that wasn't YouTube. That was what was the
TikTok.
Vine?
TikTok.
Before TikTok, Vine. The pre.
No, it was Vine.
Vine.
Yeah, it was Vine. Vine. Yeah, my kid loved Vine. A bunch of YouTubers came over from Vine.
I believe they call it natural selection.
I do too. I agree with you.
YOLO.
Curtis Machina for $10 says, but the state lieth in the languages of good and evil, and whatever it saith, it lieth, and whatever it hath stolen. False is everything in it. With stolen teeth, it biteth. The biting one, false are even its bowels. Frederick, oh yeah, I've read this one. Nietzsche. Yeah, I don't know.
It certainly sounded
like-
familiar.
Yeah, it sounded like him. Sounded like his dramatic poetry style he liked to write in.
17.
I thought you read that.
What, Nietzsche? Sorry.
I thought you read that quote or that chat the other night because it
I
did.
did.
Okay.
Yeah. 1776 will commence again if you eat pizza without pineapple. Oh, love y'all. Thank you all.
I'm just not going to say anything.
Yeah, I can't say anything because I actually did worse thing than pineapple on pizza. So yeah,
it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious.
If it's done right, I think that the debate is it can be done poorly, and it just tastes awful.
Pizza can be done poorly.
But I mean, pineapple. Not to get into this thing because you've got chats to read, but pineapple, if they grill it. I feel like if they grill it and then put it on the pizza and then put it in the oven, the juice doesn't get everywhere and make everything else soggy. We're good to go. If they do it wrong, and like you said, you need spice, right? You need onion, you need some peppers. Yeah.
You want to feel dangerous? Order a pizza without the cheese.
My kid can't have cheese. We do that. Yeah.
I don't know, but I stand with Gary on the pineapple on pizza.
So do I.
I think I'd rather have that rat poison than pineapple pizza.
Like I said, if it's done right, like if you go to Little Caesars and ask for pineapple on a pizza, you're gonna get a nasty mess. But if you,
hey, I used to live in Hawaii, and I've tried a pineapple pizza there. It's still no better.
my biggest problem is that I don't like pineapple at all. So it's like,
well, there's
like,
that. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
that.
You can take that one
You gotta
away.
kinda like pineapple. That will have it on your pizza.
Oh,
Yeah, why
bacon
would I
with
have it?
pineapple is amazing. Bacon with pineapple.
Well, yeah. you
Oh,
throw it on
hey, chick, we're talking the same language.
little bacon, little Canadian bacon with the pineapple, and then you put the buffalo sauce on it and jalapenos. Oh, it's the best.
But
a horror.
it has bacon. Bacon improves damn near everything.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
So unpopular movie reviews for $5 says, I am not against vaccines. I am against the government forcing vaccination through intimidation, threats, and coercion. I stand with Evangeline Lilly. So do I.
Me too.
Well, we're screwed in my country, so
It's coming down, man. I can't remember what countries are actually accepting natural immunity now.
Well, what's your country?
Oh, not my country.
Australia.
Sorry.
What was it again?
Australia.
Australia. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. That's all I can
Sorry, I
say.
got a bad mic.
Yep.
It's all good.
Australia's always been crazy about the vaccine mandates, though. Maybe
Fucking
not all of Australia.
everybody just like lined up here. They didn't even argue it. I don't know what happened to the people here. They're all just turned into sheep.
I'm not there, but has the country been generally doing pretty good?
The only state which has just like gone, totally no mandates is my one, which is New South Wales. But even still, because I'm not vaxxed, I can't go back to work yet. And I'm waiting for this bloody Novavax one, just because I got a heart issue. So I definitely not going to touch the other ones.
Don't.
Yeah.
Oh, it's what's the big difference between Australia, UK, Canada, and the States? So the States is bigger.
Well, the UK just got rid of most of its mandates.
Yeah.
Because Boris Johnson had to distract everyone.
Yes. Hey, that worked out for the best. I guess there's some shenanigans going on at Downing Street, but
what's the difference? The Bill of Rights.
Bill of Rights here in the States, and we're not an ethno state, and guns, lots and lots and lots of fucking guns.
We need them over here.
And I know for a fact that they don't try it right here because a lot of people have illegal guns. So yeah. The second they try it, it's gonna get ugly, real ugly.
Yeah, what's funny is you can get from America to Mexico. You get caught with a gun, you are in fucking trouble, man. You will go to federal pen in Mexico. But there's guns everywhere in Mexico. They're freaking everywhere. They're just well hidden. And you get caught, you are in fucking trouble.
A friend of mine that's actually a cop, he told me that once they got in a house and they were like, okay, this is kind of weird. They actually have 45 or 50 guns inside a closet. And he told me that some of them were actually collectibles, like some guns that were there shouldn't be right there.
Well,
and
UK gets away with it, right?
Yeah, and here in Argentina, those kind of guns it's kind of funny because we all know where they come from. And when I say collectible, you understand what I mean.
Yeah. Well, and just to let you guys, it's been a long time since I've been to Mexico, but everything's negotiable in Mexico except for bringing a gun across the border. They will fucking bust your ass. There's no amount of bribe money will get you out of that. But else it's bribe money.
The best story I ever heard about guns coming out of Texas is a robber went in to rob a house, and on his way out he got shot by every family member.
They all hey, little Billy Joe, you didn't get a shot in. Get over here. What's this? I used to think Uche has the worst take, and I heard Gary say, like pineapple on pizza, hail from Sweden. Oh, no. Are you telling me that the Donner Superman movie is trash, is a better take than pineapple on pizza? Come on, Jens Anderson. For 50 Swedish. Thank you.
That seems to be what's being said here.
I appreciate the super chat. You're wrong.
Fighting words.
Wrong.
No.
Worst take ever.
Worst take on the internet ever. And there's been a lot.
Uche, what happened to you as a child, boy?
Too much football.
Apparently.
Pineapple is kid level stuff. Blow your mind and put a tin of baked beans on top. Different level. I would try that. I would definitely
That's
try
a
that.
Brit. That's got to be a Brit.
If it's pork and beans,
it's got real money.
That could be an Aussie.
Could it?
It's pounds. That's real money. That's
I'm gonna be kind of I'm gonna be kind of a bastard, but once one friend of mine actually did like a pizza with ham on top and strawberry jam. Try it. It's
all right,
great. I know it's weird, but it's great.
Guys, between high school and college, I used to manage a pizza store here in Toronto. All of you are children when you're doing a pizza. Think about it this way: you want to make a really good pizza. Think of it like a cake. Put all your dry ingredients down, no cheese. Then put another layer of dough over that same radius. Then put more dry ingredients. Get the wet ingredients at the top, and then let that thing slowly bake for about an hour.
I've
I
had
think you're
that.
talking about a meat pie.
Yeah, that's Chicago style pizza.
Yeah.
Man. That's some good shit. That is good shit.
Canada's got good food. When
Deep.
we used to live in Michigan, we'd go to Canada all the time to eat.
First time super chat. Here we go. First time super square up in a long time fan. Oh, well, we'll still give you that. Max, thank you for the 10 British pounds. That's proper money, buddy. Exchange rate is very good right now.
Are you getting ready for your trip, Gary? Come on.
To the UK? Yeah, once we get to, I'm getting ready for my Texas trip. We will be going to the South Wales Comic Con in the UK the next time they have it, which is later in the year. As long as it doesn't conflict with Orlando, because
plans within plans.
You're gonna get juiced up to get on to go to. Oof, I don't know.
I don't think I'll need to get juiced up by then.
Gary, how are you going to move all the really awesome stuff that you have at the house? I mean, the stuff that you just can't not move without you being there.
It comes with me.
It comes with you, eh?
I have an FJ Cruiser, and I will pack it. I'll have shit on the passenger seat.
Have you figured out how to get that other? You said you were having troubles with one of your vehicles. Getting it moved.
Yeah, well, we have 4. I don't know how it's a long story how we ended up with 4 cars, because we don't need 4 effing cars. We ended up with 4 cars.
We've got 4. I know how it goes.
We managed to get 1 to Texas. We have 3. So, and there's 2 of us. So I think a friend of ours is going to come and drive it.
Okay, this is a nightmare. I got to ask. Yeah, I've seen and heard about civil asset forfeiture of guys going between, driving up the long highway between states and stuff like that. Cops pull them over and just take their stuff.
It's money. It's usually cash.
It's usually cash. Yeah.
Okay. You can get it back, but no, that's literally highway robbery, and I think there is a bipartisan effort to get to squash that, because it has gotten out of hand. There's people who have been busted going to Vegas, and they have $5,000, which is not unusual. And they're like, that's drug money. And it's like, dude. And they can, so American cops can just take cash from you, at any time for any
I'd
reason.
imagine that there's people driving out of Vegas with a lot more than $5,000.
Yep. They really
it's also opportunistic. It's
put that shit on a gift card.
They're getting you for one thing, like
Put it
that you
into
got
crypto.
an issue with your vehicle, and then they find cash in your car, and it's like, oh, well, what is this right here? And that's
my conspiracy theory is it's an incentive to not carry cash and then get rid of cash, because that's what they want to do. So
yeah.
Well, actually, the best way to do it is make sure 2 things is 1, put it in a locked suitcase, and 2, put it in a locked trunk. And they'd have to get a search warrant before they can actually go into either or of those things, which stops a lot of it. That's what I've read online. That's the best way to do it.
How does that work though? If you have an open vehicle, like an SUV,
cop has probable cause. He can pop up your
That's
case.
why you have to put it in a separate locked container.
Okay.
Like luggage or something, because if they go and under 4th Amendment grounds, it'll immediately be tossed and you'll get the money back. Plus, you'll get a form from the city, county, or state saying, we know this is going to be under false arrest and seizure. Please don't sue us. Put an amount of five figures or less, no more than starting at 100,000 on down. they'll do that. So I've actually read cases where people who've had that happen, and they bust into either a locked trunk or a locked separate case in it, and without a search warrant, and they lose all the time. It's when you just leave it in plain sight that's where the real problem is. Because they can really, the only thing that you can do is the officer can, if it's in plain sight, the officer
thinking
can
of that. Most people aren't thinking of it. Most people are, when they're going to Vegas, they're not. They're going to get pulled over by a cop for speeding and have their $5,000. Yeah, but a cop can go in your trunk and pop open a case and trust me.
Not if you're not a convicted felon, they can't. If you're a person with no criminal record, and it's a locked container, and you say that you do not want to open it, and on your grounds of, Fifth Amendment, they have to get a search warrant to go there, especially in California. I know that used to get bounced all the time, and that used to drive California cops nuts. But if they do it without a warrant, it'll be thrown out.
That's if you get pulled over by a good cop.
Yeah, because that probable cause is an open window for them to look into things if they have any way into it. It's exactly the same thing that caught Tim Pool when they wandered onto his ground. When they got onto his grounds, they had and the term escapes me, but the reason that they were able to get on there is because of the idea that something could be going on, and the way that they can check is to actually check.
Yeah.
If the police think if the police think something's going on, they'll say probable cause, and the only thing you can do is, just like you said, you can object, but they start citing probable cause, and if it's a dodgy cop, the only way that they'll be caught with it is once you take them to court.
Yeah, I don't know
after the fact.
The big thing to do is just to videotape everything. And as soon as usually the cameras start, most dodgy cops are going to want to back out of there as quick as they possibly can. Also, too, I think body cams are great, because now with every cop wearing body cams on call, you can record your objections, and that can be subpoenaed and be thrown into court. Sorry to get down the sidetrack, but it's one of those weird areas that and also depends from state to state too.
I was just about to say, was it state to state or is it federal? So they have
there's no federal.
It's state to state. When I was a teenager, I had a police officer come to my door, and I let him in. I seen his badge. He literally wanted my ID to make sure I lived there. And I mean, I was half asleep in my pajamas. Like, I'm broken into a house to sleep in it. What am I, Goldilocks? It was really weird. But yeah, it depends on the state.
Robert Lewis for $20 says up to over 82,000 words written for my novel, 13 chapters and a prologue. May just beef the story up and call this part 1 of 2. My work won't be as grand and well written as Tolkien, but there's going to be a lot to it. Excellent. Just get it. Yeah, just finish it. You don't have to.
As long as it's entertaining. I mean, it doesn't. I think that's a big problem. Is a lot of people, when they do writing, is they shoot for well, it's not Shakespeare. Who cares? As long as it's fun and entertaining.
Yeah.
And let's never forget that they actually make like 3 books or more than 3 of 50 Shades of Grey. So never forget about that.
If that trash can sell anything, can.
Yeah, because I always do the same when I look at a book. I actually open any kind of random page, and I read one line, just to see what is like the writing of that person. And it was like, okay, this is pure shit. And I can't, it was so badly written, it actually hurt me. It was like, I just finished reading Tolkien. What the hell is this?
It's like an episode of Star Trek Diarrhea. You watch 5 brain hurts and you want to gouge out your eyes.
Yeah, you actually want to see good, something good after.
We get. Does anybody want to rotate in and out? We've had Mr. Grant Gregory. He's been very patient.
I'm going to go ahead and jump. Just wanted to ask you real quick, Gary. Any plans for a SoCal meetup before you go?
I had one for the Spider-Man I'm gonna try to do. I talked to Chris Gore today.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do an LA one. It's iffy. It's 50-50. It depends on how much I get packed.
Okay. Yeah,
but
I thought you were talking like getting Robert Meyer Burnett and
if
Chris
I can
and
last minute, because it'll be probably on a weekend. I would say
Yeah.
a week from this Sunday would be the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I'll go up to LA because I want to go to Blast from the Past one more time too.
Yeah.
So, God, that
Yeah,
place
that'd
is
be
awesome.
cool.
And it's
That
not
was
that
great.
far from Warner Brothers. You can see
Yeah.
the Water Tower, not that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll let you know. I'll put it in the community section. I'll email you too. So
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, hey everybody, it was great to see y'all, and hopefully we catch up in the next group chat here.
Hell yeah, Sunday. 10 a.m.
Sounds great.
10:30.
I'll bounce out too, but
Yeah.
before I go, I got something cute to show you and Gary in the chat. I'm sharing screen.
Here it is. Buddy.
Awesome. Oh,
wait, hide the super chat so everybody can see it.
You're right, Gary. Superman versus Spidey.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, this is one of two pages in my comic book. So
Oh, cool.
Okay, so everybody got this one, right? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
What about this one?
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, the
wow.
detail. Holy shit.
Okay, Batman versus the Incredible Hulk.
That's exactly right. That's the third of the Marvel.
Love the detail on
crossovers,
the
but I love that. That's one of the better ones, by the way.
Who's the third? Okay, it's because Wonder Woman, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's the thing. The Batman pose is I can see him up there, but
yeah,
and the Hulk part. So yeah, but the bottom, I don't know of anyone else down there. That's okay.
I just threw Wonder Woman in there.
That's cool.
Because,
Still
competition.
cool, nice, but nice one.
Just I thought you guys
Excellent.
get a cool gag out of that.
That's cool, man. I love it.
Well done, brother.
Very
Hail the chat. Hail Gary. Friday Night Tights rocks. Everybody on the panel is awesome. I love this community. Take care, everybody.
Love
Hail
you too.
to the fellowship.
Okay, man.
Fellowship.
Take care.
Hail to the
Bye.
fellowship. You guys are awesome, man. Hang on, let's get there's Mr. Grant Gregory.
Oh,
and
Mr.
Jennifer
Grant.
Stone is back.
G'day, everyone. How you doing?
G'day.
Good day, Mr. Grant.
G'day, mate.
Good day.
Yes, you're on Comics Division earlier this evening.
Yeah, no, it was a good stream.
Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, always is.
Always is. Comics knows what's up. He knows what's up. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Some we can talk about, some we can't. I might get in trouble in my next video.
No.
Is this the farewell video to California?
No, it's my California one, and I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I'll be fine. I call the pandemic bullshit, and
Oh my.
Oh my.
You see, one of my top fears is you're going to get like nabbed trying to escape California, and that'll be it.
We brought to the village.
I feel like in a prisoner's last day in prison, they're all of us are always worried about another charge coming last minute, or release date got messed up, or parole gets revoked, which I've seen happen. It's like it's heart wrenching.
It'll be like the last episode of The Prisoner, Fallout. You're going to be leaving and then boom.
Yep.
I was thinking the same thing, Chloe.
You definitely got a live stream when you hit the border.
Oh hell yeah! And I'm gonna go to Meteor Crater, and I'm gonna live stream from there because I love it there. And then I'm gonna I think to Mesa real quick to go to Gotham City Comics because I didn't go there last time.
Nice.
I want to go there. And Tombstone. I'm gonna go to Tombstone.
All right.
Because I love it there. When you go there, you see that where they had the gunfight at the OK Corral, they were like 2 feet away from each other. It was basically an assassination.
Oh,
yeah.
There was no gunfight.
So the bigger question is: are you gonna speed California to get out, or are you gonna do something else?
Oh yeah, dude. Last time when I went to Arizona, I was going 95 the whole way. My wife has this Chevy Blazer. It's like a nothing car that she got. She's like, she liked it. The thing is fast as hell. And it's like this turbo 3-cylinder thing. You think it would be the slowest effing car of all time. This thing cooks. It blows people away on the freeway because it's super light. So because the turbo, it just goes from 0 to 60 and nothing. I'm like, wow. And I've had fast cars before. So it's kind of impressive that this little unassuming Chevy Blazer is like fast as hell. Not as fast as Tesla's fucking fast too. Proud to call myself Canadian today. Support the protest against fear and tyranny. Hail Friday Night Tights. And that is Jonathan Bryant for $6.99 Canadian. It's building up something epic. I kind of love it. I'm kind of worried about them, but there's a lot of truckers. I don't know what.
There's over 60,000.
Yeah, so they don't have a military. I mean, are they going to send 60,000 soldiers to Ottawa?
I don't think they have that.
What's funny, if they actually get like everyone in prison, that's gonna stop like country entirely, because you don't have truckers anymore. So that's kind of like a bad move. The second they actually thought it was like, that's a bad move. You're gonna get less things.
Do we have any Canadians left? Do we have any Canadians left on the panel? Any Canadians in the chat? How is, like, really not from one side, like objectively, is Trudeau? Is his like approval rating going down? Is it going up? How are people?
Well, they would have to actually have access to real. I mean, they're not gonna.
Yeah, here I can assure you that they're gonna like move every number that they can, because it's impossible to. Trudeau right now. I'm in Argentina. I know he's a bitch. Sorry, I can. I want to say something really bad. So we all know what he is. So I'm from Argentina. I shouldn't know. There's no way that I should know this. There's no way, because I live in another country, that information shouldn't come here. But after hearing so many people talking about him, I can assure you that this country actually has like the same kind of treatment, and at least they are doing something. Because here in Argentina they did nothing. They actually voted him again and again and again, and we're actually having the same problem. And it's like,
okay. So Perry, so we got a Canadian here. Everybody thinks he's a pussy. So Perry, do you think like you think there might be a vote of no confidence? You think that's actually a possibility? George was just here. He knows. Is that something that's a reality? That would be my question.
Do they have election integrity there?
I don't know, but I do know that Trudeau is like Bill Clinton. He got voted in with like 30%. Because before Trudeau, you guys had a conservative PM, right? And like he barely lost to Trudeau. I think I remember that. And then Trudeau, like all the girls simp for fucking Trudeau, just like they do for Newsom. I'm like, oh, the former pool boy is our PM now because look at his hair. He's so handsome. Oh my God.
People got crappy taste. I don't think Newsom's attractive at all.
Sorry, but nowadays, like every kind of politician is like, when you actually have to like vote for the king and queen of the prom, it's like that. They actually look like they don't vote them for like their policies or anything like that. They're just like a popularity
Just
contest.
asinine.
And it's kind of stupid.
I don't care if Chris Hemsworth himself ran as Thor for presidency. If
With
he
his shirt on the whole time.
Yeah, I know.
This reminds me like in How I Met Your Mother when they actually show like one and the other, and it was like he's muscly, he's good, and it's like no.
So it's easier for you guys to vote. Like if we wanted to get rid of Biden, it's fucking hard. Okay, so like we basically, I think they have to start articles of impeachment, and then the Congress and Senate have to pass it, which they've never fucking done that.
And right now, you can only be impeached if you have an R behind your name. No Democrat could ever be impeached.
Yeah, no Democrat can be impeached. And as far as like, because you can't recall a president, but you can recall a governor. And that's
What about that new amendment that they put in place for mental competency when Trump was leaving?
It's actually an old amendment. It's not a new amendment.
Yeah.
Only applies to Republicans.
No, you know what's funny though? I was thinking about that amendment because like that happens a lot. That actually happens a lot. Like a Democrat or the Republicans will put something in at the last minute to help themselves, and they never fucking think about like, oh, this very thing can be used against you.
Yeah, it's the
Quite
old.
a bit.
I
old
thought
joke,
that's
only
why
give the
they. I
government
thought
the
that's
power
why
that you
they
want
did
to have
that.
in the hands of your worst enemy.
That's
all of a sudden-
arrogance, though.
All of a sudden, they want to get rid of the filibuster. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yep, arrogance.
Yeah.
Well,
Short-sightedness is the biggest issue with it.
Well, the filibuster rules a rule of procedure in the Senate, and it has been at times removed and then replaced almost immediately.
Yes, that's true.
Because the filibuster is actually based. If you look at how the founding fathers founded the Constitution, they wanted a system that had circuit breakers built in to prevent craziness like we're having right now with all these idiotic with socialists. If there's like, because they realize, because you in England they had, again, if you really want to learn a lot about why America is the way it is, read a history of England from about 1000 AD up until about the time of the Revolution, and it was a circuit breaker put in, and they installed it by procedure. It's not technically in the Constitution, but it's alluded to. So you know.
Well, I mean, the funny thing is okay, say they actually got rid of it, it would be voted, it would be right back in 2 years because the Democrats are going to lose. They're going to lose one side, maybe both, this year. This year
They're going to lose big.
Oh, it's going to be a bloodbath, and they were really hoping to push that COVID thing. And I don't know if they really think starting a war is going to help them.
It's no. What they're betting on is traditionally Americans have never voted a president out of office when we're technically quote unquote in war. That's never happened. So that's what they're hoping for, is if we're in a war per se, that they'll be like, oh, we can't change government because we're at war. Well, we haven't had a formal war since the end of World War II. It's all been sideshows since
we're not going to
1945.
The
only reason why Putin's doing what he's doing is because Joe Mama is so feckless and weak that same thing when Oboza was in office. He was so feckless and weak. That's when you had Putin pushing around. Putin has zero interest in starting a major shooting war with the U.S. He has none.
I wouldn't be so. I love our military. I'm not super confident in them with the current leadership that they have.
No.
Maybe he's seen those recruitment ads and he's worried.
Yeah, I would. Well, Biden said he's not sending troops. Now, he could forget that he said that, and I'm not sure if he still thinks, if he knows he's president. But yeah, he said.
Well, he does every time he does this. When they shut him down, if you saw that news conference when he was like, "Okay, I'm supposed to talk with this guy first, so let's do it." And the person shoveled him off, shoved the press out the door, and ended the news conference. Yeah. So when he wants to act presidential, he can't. The thing is, the best way if we want to jam up the Soviets is just send the Ukraine modern anti-tank weapons and more anti-aircraft systems. That would put a bigger nail in the door than it would be anything else. Because we couldn't. There's no way we can move sufficient numbers of troops to have any impact on the combat. But what we can do is make it as costly as possible for the Russians, and they would probably consider it. Consider it twice.
This is all. I mean, it's a war of. It's capitalism. They can't compete. That's part of the problem. But we shouldn't be messing. We should stay the fuck out of it.
Well, I agree. I agree 100%. There's really nothing for us to win there.
I hate it.
You've seen how they got out of Afghanistan. Can you imagine them trying to invade somewhere?
And like even mentioning that just makes me face palm.
Yeah, we're laughing at Biden, not at the fine people in our military. Your commanders are fucking morons. That's all.
And the poor people of Afghanistan that got left.
Yeah.
What do you all think of us goats? Also, wishing you well. Hail Nerdrotic. Some grumpy goats for $8. I have no problem with goats.
Who doesn't love a goat?
Right.
And here in California, they're wonderful. They can control the brush, so we don't have these crazy ass wildfires.
Yay!
They go around munching the grass better than anything else.
Goats are fine.
Yes.
Goats are fine. We didn't have a bunch. Our wildfires were not so bad this year.
No, they were terrible out here though in Colorado.
Yeah.
Well, no, because California had COVID. Sorry.
Sam Hyde Daco about iDubbbz. Hyde is hilarious. I thought it was vice versa. I thought it was an iDubbbz.
Yeah.
About
both.
Moist
Is
Best-
that what's his face from the Expanse?
Yes, it
His
is.
little icon. I can't think
Yeah.
of the guy's name right now.
Amos. That's Amos.
That's Amos.
Amos, yes.
Amos. Thank you, Moist Messenger. I will check it out.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't,
They are definitely worth checking out.
watch It's a Gundam's. If you haven't, both of his videos on G4 are masterpieces.
Oh,
I've seen it. It was epic.
They're insane. I have new respect for that guy. The structure of those videos is totally crazy, and then he follows the money. I didn't think he had the financial wherewithal, but he followed the money where G4 is all being propped up from, and it's
They said you just Googled it, and all you have to do is Google it, and then you can go into what that woman said, and she said some stupid shit. Like there is a lot of people in Hollywood with who are incredibly fucking dumb with a lot of money and a lot of power, and it's basically who you know.
I used to work for one of the top 3 banks in the nation, and I've discovered very early on in my career there's no connection between money and brains. Zero, zip, none.
Zoltan, what are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing? I'm just going to leave this here. And so if I hear Nerdrotic say Mars Pesos, love you all. Hail, members in chat. Yeah, I'm going to check that one out. I know what an Argentinian peso is, but
but one of the FNTs actually said Mars pesos, so I was
Martian peso, yeah.
Martian pesos.
That's when I can't identify the what kind of money it is. I just say Martian peso.
Or somebody call them woolly bullies, or
yeah, our money is a joke, so I'm not trying to prove anything.
Was it the tiger, the bear, a lion, and the was it?
I thought it was the lion.
Yeah.
Which
No,
was
it's
England.
the tiger.
Is it?
Oh, wait, what are you talking about?
Nostradamus. I thought it was the lion.
Oh. I thought you meant Chinese Lunar Year. Sorry.
It was quatrain. No, I used to know the quatrains. I've read Nostradamus back to front in prison. Love that stuff. And you know what I was thinking is like, I don't want the world to end while I'm in prison. That would suck.
Nah, I don't care.
Well, you're an Art Bell fan, and he used to talk about the old Nostra all the time.
Art
Yes,
Bell.
he did.
Yeah, but no one ever gives Madame Nostradamus credit for
Thank you, sir, by the way.
knitting the Fourth Doctor's scarf.
Yeah.
Which he did.
Yep.
Hey, Gary, I got something for you. Although I expect this to change. Someone asked about the.
She did.
I don't know about Morning Consult, but I did find this about approval ratings. It appears that at least as of the 2nd of this month, on a 7-day rolling average, Justin Trudeau and Joe Biden are neck and neck.
Oh my!
How is he?
They're
at
butt buddies.
41%? Yeah, there's no way he's at 41%. I call bullshit on that.
Nobody
I'm
called
like
me and
thinking
asked.
in another week, another week, I would like to see him beating.
Yeah. I think
our
that
good
it
old
will
Joe.
go down. I know that it was 28% of Democrats think the country's going in a good direction, so that's not good for him.
Nope. But that's a shorty, so you can take that.
Do you think Nancy's going to get reelected or whatever?
Who?
Blinky
Pelosi?
Pelosi,
Hello.
yes, because San
I thought she was
Francisco is
retiring.
dumb,
Like her district is set up to reelect her until she wants to go.
or until she dies, which won't happen.
Nice. Yeah,
Whichever happens.
Then they'll re-elect her.
California
Well, it'll happen. It's just the ground will spit her back out. And it'll just be like a statue.
California fortified their districts. We'll just say that.
Weekend at Pelosi's.
Yeah. 81 years old, so there's no term limits. So she could be there until she's 102, and she'll be like that KKK guy who was in Congress or Senate.
Yeah, Robert Byrd.
That was
Byrd.
Robert
Robert
Sheets
Byrd,
Byrd.
which was the mentor of Hilda Beast Clinton. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't you guys still have Dianne Feinstein out there?
I think she quit. No,
Or did she die?
no,
Retire?
she's still around. No, it was Barbara Boxer who got
Boxer
voted
that
out.
checked out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, because I remember Dianne Feinstein was in there forever, and she was there from when I was a kid through college. I was just like, how does this keep happening?
Yes. The person who's anti-gun, but she has her own concealed weapons permits at both the state and federal level.
Yeah, a concealed weapon.
In fact, she's actually gotten buzzed out of when she's gone into the Capitol a couple of times because she forgets and she's got a revolver in her purse.
For thee, not for me.
Yep.
Yes, very
As
much
always.
Definition of elite.
What's that?
so. Or of a hypocrite.
For $4.99. Hi guys, this is my first super chat. Newly subscribed as well. Just wanted to say, hail from Wales. Oh, we love Wales. Mahler
Yo.
is in Wales.
Mahler's
That's where
a Welshman?
Torchwood lives.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'm getting him
Yeah.
confused with the critical drinker who's a
And the
Scotsman.
Hotel Port Marion.
3 Beer Thunder for $9.99 said this was my first super chat. This is my second. I'll give you 2 anyway. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah. Talk to Mahler. There's 3 Bear Thunder for $4.99. Been sitting at the Long Beach port for 2.5 hours waiting to load pipe. This stream will start and finish by the time I get out there. Yes, it probably did.
That just sort of sounded like phrasing.
Phrasing. 1 month sober. Oh, good. I like that. Oh, there's Mr. Grant Gregory's right here. Look at this handsome. Look, I'm going to show you handsome devil right now. Look at this.
Congrats.
Hello.
Hello.
Congrats, man.
Thanks, bud. No, I appreciate it.
Congrats, man.
One thing I can tell you, Grant,
Marvelous.
the longer you
I'm trying to quit drinking myself right now.
the longer you're sober after you get past a year or 2 years, it gets, as long as you don't get mentally sloppy, it gets easier with time. You get to the point where it's just like, I don't need this shit anymore. It doesn't do anything for me. And you just don't even think about it. But, I know the first couple of years is kind of like, but it does get better with time. So congrats.
Yeah, well, it's been easier than when I gave up cigarettes, that's for sure.
Cigarettes are a bitch. Oh my God.
That was so hard.
Nicotine addiction.
My hubby's
Nicotine's really nasty.
My hubby's been a recovering alcoholic since 27 years now, I think.
Excellent.
Yeah, you know why he did it? Because it kept getting him in trouble. So, it was costing him a lot of money. Because he was a dumbass.
Yeah. Yep.
That's really was
to the recovering.
Keg in the back of the truck with the straw going in after it already gotten put in jail once and was already
Oh.
Yeah, he was young and dumb.
So 1 month sober,
young and dumb and full of rum.
And I now work for Comics Division and Culture Casino. That's awesome, Mr. Grant Gregory. By the way, congratulations. 2020
Fabulous.
Great so far.
Hey.
Thanks for the motivation, to Az for reaching out to me, and everyone on this panel. Dude, you are most welcome, man. I'm really proud of you.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, and your kind words when we're on Scott's stream and then on your Nooner beforehand. I actually saved that and I play that to myself at least once a week as a little bit of extra motivation. So no, it did mean a lot, and I really do thank you for it.
Brilliant. You got this, man. You got it. Embrace the one day at a time thing. I won't give you a bunch of unsolicited advice, but that's the thing that was hard for me at first, but really helped once I got it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy now because I don't know what your meeting situation is, but
I can only do virtual because I'm not jabbed and I don't wear masks. So
they don't let us out of the house.
Talking about that, I actually found out that Austria made all vaccination compulsory for COVID. So yeah.
We're talking
And the police can
in Europe or in Australia.
No, Austria and Europe.
Yeah,
So,
Austria got
yeah.
rid of all the mandates.
No. Actually, they made right now passed the law. Sorry. Federal Council of Austria passed the law on compulsory vaccination against COVID by a vote of 47 to 12 right now. So,
yeah, no, they've gone completely apeshit there. That's one of
They can pull you over and fine you some exorbitant amount if they find out that you don't have the correct number of juice.
Yeah, Austria has gone completely bananas. But then again, that was the same land where Adolf Himmler came from. So,
yeah,
more reason why you would
checkered history.
Right?
How many memes have come out of Germany and that area of the world by now?
Yep.
You're taking this in a bad direction, guys. History?
Radio Man 1017 for $5 says, if Biden wants to put a black woman on the Supreme Court, he should just nominate LeVar Burton. Hail
That's a good one.
Is there anyone left from the original Star Trek Next Generation cast who hasn't stuck their foot in their mouth or insulted fans?
Michael Dorn.
Dorn's nothing too much.
Yeah.
Lately, I never look like. Sometimes I look like a name in Twitter to see what are they doing right now, and it's kind of a mistake. Never do that, please.
Remember how LeVar Burton said that his life stream was to be on Jeopardy and to host it, and then after he had the lowest ratings ever, he said, "No, I really didn't want it." He decided that afterwards.
Yeah, he just should stick to the Reading Rainbow.
Agreed.
Do you think they're just going to bring back basically all the cast for Card 2, Gary?
Pretty much, except for LeVar Burton and Michael Dorn. So, yeah, just the black guys. They don't want to bring them back for some reason.
That's very inclusive.
Whoopi, they brought back Whoopi just in time to say that the Holocaust wasn't about rape.
Whoopi Cushion. Yes, Miss Whoopi Cushion.
I wonder what
to make out of that show for that.
Well,
I just love the Gina Carano tweet. It was so funny.
Gina's great.
I just think about that one scene in Tombstone. Can't have a crime if no one sees it, but except it's her. Can't have a race issue if everyone's white.
Well, they had a black lady teaching CRT in the Sky News clip when they were talking about Whoopi, and she said she said to all the people in the room, "If you're white, I don't want to hear about it. No tears in here. You're all racist. You will always be racist." And she says, "It is my theory that you are unhuman."
Nice to hear from the most racist in the room.
Do we have a couple of volunteers to rotate out so Stetson's gold? And
Yeah, Gary, I need to run, man. It was good to see you, though. Congrats on the big
thanks, clobbering time.
All right, I'm celebrating my 1000th episode this week, so
hell yeah,
nice work, buddy.
Thank you, and it was great hanging out with you. Great seeing you all. All of you have a wonderful rest of the evening, or whatever it is, morning, whatever it is.
Take care, everybody.
Yes, take care.
Take care.
Take care. And
All right, Gary,
I'm
I'll
gonna roll
jump
out
off
too.
Bud. I've got a couple of things to do, and I've got some edits to do for culture and that. So,
right on.
But yeah, thank you, everyone, and yeah, it was awesome to get to put voice to a lot of these names I've seen in the chat for so long.
Brilliant.
Hang
You
in
take
there.
care of yourself, and yeah, man, be well. Okay.
You will make it,
we'll
man.
do, bro.
One day at a time.
One day.
Absolutely.
Hey, Grant.
Yeah.
All right, see ya.
Keep going, man.
You got some background music.
Yeah.
Hey, Stetson. Is that you?
It's me.
You came with your own intro music.
I'm going to rotate
go
out too,
to-
Gary.
All right.
Quite honestly, I would stay all night, but then I'd have trouble getting to work in the evening. So I'm going to say my goodbyes and tell everyone it's great spending time on the member stream with you all. Thank you, Gary, for having this, even though, well, this was no warning, but no worries. Everyone take care. Everyone have a great time.
Cheers,
and
brother.
Gary, congrats on 400K. And like I said in my member chat, waiting on Gary 500 carry.
Yep.
Take care.
One day at a time. Thank you. Thank you, Draco. Take care.
I'll
buddy.
drop you, Gary, and I have to commend you
Laters,
on
man.
the counter. It was good. It's a fucking awesome burger, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Take care, everyone.
Take care, my
Bye,
friend.
Bashi.
Bye.
Bashi. All right. Don, what is it? Don Mimalagia. Oh, is it like what the hell? This is like
Want me to actually speak it because
yeah. I was gonna say like I'm not sure if that was meant. And then
yeah,
I
that's
see
Spanish. Es Don Memología y el joven mamado Eric Julio. Se avecina un muy buen stream. Buenas tardes a todos.
Oh,
That's
whoa.
which means Don Memology and the big rip Eric July. It's come to become a really good stream. So good evening to everyone.
There you go. That's exactly what I said. Very good stream. There you go. I went to my Google Translate. Awesome. Cheers. Appreciate that. And thank you, Miguel Espinoza, for 2,500 Chilean pesos. Or I don't know if it's Chilean or Colombian, to be honest with you. I'm just assuming because
I think it's Chilean.
Chilean.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't get a lot of super chats from Colombia. That's weird. Why Chile? Why Peru? Why Argentina? Why Brazil? But no Colombia. That's weird. I want my
yes,
special
it's Chilean.
from Colombia. No, I don't. This was my. I've had plenty. I've had my fill of special packages from Colombia, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh
my.
Yeah.
That was funny. In my YouTube feed, I got pushed 4 different videos about narco subs coming from Colombia today. It's just like
coincidence. I'm listening to. I'm listening to Awesome Fellow Nerds while
Thinking of a career choice.
hashtag nerd life in the mid-30s. Thank you, Shane Bentley. I appreciate it. Thanks for the $10. And Vicky Lorne for £5 says, "Hail, it's my stepson's birthday today. Can you all embarrass him?" But I'm sorry, I missed this. We can do it next week, Vicky. We can embarrass the hell out of him here. Oh no, this is what I'll do. Remember that one. Get over here. I'm gonna tell the guys they need to sing this. Oh, gee, whoa! Oh my God! I just got a DM from Gina Carano. Holy shit!
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
F&T special Gina Carano stream.
I wish. I don't know what it's about.
Oh, you can pull it off, Gary. Come on.
Gerald, bite your ankle.
Better than getting a DM from Whoopi Goldberg, I suppose.
Vicky Lorne.
Gina, please, I'm married. Jeez.
No, I'm actually reminding myself to read so we can sing a happy birthday to Vicky's son, her stepson. So I feel like I owe her that. So we were going to sing horrible happy birthday tomorrow. I will check out the Gina thing later. Big ups to Memology standing up for us. Love you, bro. Not acceptable for $2. Meme is great. How great is that guy? He is so. Oh, look at this one. Perry.
Yeah.
Look at this one, Perry. This one's for you. That's Ryan Nunez. I know you're still up, Perry, because you don't sleep. So he says, Perry Chan for $2. IDW is losing Transformers and G.I. Joe. What does this mean for buying their old good comics? Loyal TF fan for $4.99 from IDW. I was never a big fan of. I don't like how IDW does comics. I think their art stinks. I've always thought that. I thought their card stock was too thick. Their comics were too expensive. The stories were so-so, and the art was garbage, utter garbage. I never understood IDW. G.I. Joe Transformer comics for Marvel were fucking awesome. Or Devil's Due Press. Those were really good. They had, was it Ha? His last name was Ha. Oh, damn it. I forgot his last name now. Who was the artist? Devil's Due. Was it G.I. Joe or G.I. Joe or Transformer? I can't remember. It was...
Yeah,
Blaylock.
Did you guys see on the Drinkers open bar stream today with Ricada? He has, I'm sure he'll talk about it later tonight, but he has a manifesto from some crazy guy at UCLA talking about
we all got to get unbreaded. Just get unbreaded, people.
Penguins getting
Oh, the one who got arrested because he threatened a professor. Yeah, he was a lecturer.
750 pages of things of people he hates, including but not limited to Jews, everything, and penguins.
Yeah.
It was. I think it was 800 pages about being unbreaded. So get ready for that tomorrow.
Yeah, what?
Penguins, really?
Okay.
Penguins. Yeah, something about penguins that are going to be taller than humans if we keep feeding them. I don't. This guy's nuts. Can't you
Yes.
keep your crazy in California, please?
Unibomber explain his unbreaded reference.
He's calling for people. No, I'm not even gonna give it air, but
So did he have a bad trip of like some kind of drug and he actually become the Futurama episode or what?
No, he was just crazy.
Really?
No, this guy's he was wishing death. He wants everyone to pick up arms and kill all the white people, and I don't even know, man. This guy's nuts.
Okay, so
I didn't watch. I didn't watch open bar today because I was doing the video and setting up my computer.
I want to get back to that super chat because I'm kind of curious, because sometimes when IPs, depending on what happens, what I've seen is sometimes the stuff gets super cheap because people are like, oh, I'm not interested anymore. They've turned it into garbage. I just want it out of my life. And other times there are people who are like, well, at least I still have this and it's good. So I want to grab all the good stuff before it's gone.
You know, my biggest problem with a story, any kind of story, is like if they fuck it at the end, I don't care about the like. I've known some people that say it's the journey. To me, it's the end. After all, if the end is bad, why do I care about the journey entirely? And it's like in the story, is like, to me, it's like that. So once again, I'm gonna bring that back. A friend of mine actually said like Game of Thrones gave us like 4 good seasons, so I don't care about the ending. It was like, but the ending is the important part. If the ending is shit, why do you care about those 4 or 5 first season? It's like, I don't care. It's a good show, and I'm like, okay.
I don't know if anybody feels that way about The Expanse recently, but
No,
I was not a
hated
big
that
fan
ending.
of the recent season.
Not either.
No, I hated that ending. I was like, okay, that. I hate Marco Inaros. It was such a bad character, such a stupid character. He deserved to die at the beginning of the 6th season. It was like, okay, I'm gonna do that, and somebody like grabs a gun and shoot him in the head. It's done. I don't care. But it was like people were trying to like, why do you focus so much about that character in the last season that you have about a show about an alien? God damn it!
The final 2
I still
seasons
remember
felt
that,
like almost just filler. Like,
I mean,
it was just a bunch of filler crap.
Yeah, and White Collar actually had the same problem. He was gonna get canceled. They actually gave them like 6 episodes, and the writers say like, "We're gonna end it," and I don't care. It's gonna be good, and it was good. It was like, this is an ending at least. I said it wasn't. We're always it's the biggest show. No, it was a good ending, and they only had 6 episodes. And I said, are they gonna try to pull that, or are they gonna try to keep giving us that Marco Inaros bullshit? And they gave us the Marco Inaros bullshit.
Because Hollywood feels good and associates and identifies with Marcos. That's their hero.
And of course,
if
they
you look-
couldn't
if
kill
you
off
look-
the little brat son of his. He got to escape.
Yeah, so he'll probably turn out to be, Adolf too. So I mean, it's look at who they worship the despots of the world, the powerful. That's who people who accumulate power. That's why people like murderers like Guevara and Stalin and other left-wing loonies are appeal to them. That's why Uncle Adolf was so appealing to the English royal family and got so many of the English royal family into trouble, because they have these wet dreams of grandiose power that they had, where they could rule with their own royal fiat. They had back in the time of King Henry VIII. That's what they dream and desire to have. And all this Me Too Times Up stuff is kiboshing all their debauchery and stuff, so they're upset. You know.
My biggest gripe with all this is like, I don't care about Me Too. I don't care about all that shit. I just want good stories. I just want a good.
Yeah.
That's all.
No, I agree
I
with
don't.
you 100. I checked out. I checked out at the end of. I didn't even make it through the half. I watched 3 episodes of the 5th season, and I checked out.
No, I always do the
Yeah.
same when I'm
Well,
watching like a show like
you
that.
saved yourself a lot of disappointment.
Yeah, I always do the same when it's like a bad show. I like I grab a console or I'm doing anything else and listening to them because I don't care anymore. But I need to watch the ending just to say at least I finished this thing that I love, and they kill it because they wanted to do something stupid. And it's like,
Well, I don't know about Expanse, but I've been watching a lot of I hate this expression, but yeah, K-drama, Korean stuff, because
Oh yeah.
the storytelling and the characters is just putting me in a mindset before all this woke stuff, and I'm actually like watching good stories now. And
That's all I watched too lately.
yeah. They did that zombie one recently, but one that I happened to stumble across was called Strangers from Hell, and it was about this guy who he's
awesome. Awesome
yeah,
one.
yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it? And it was a good
Yeah.
psychological study, and it was kind of like without spoiling it too much, it was kind of like hints of Psycho. He lives in this hotel full of strange people, and that's as far as I'll go story wise with spoilers. But it was just really good. And now I'm watching a sci-fi one about time travel.
There's so
called
much.
Alice.
There's so much more range
There's so
in
much.
what you can find. Yeah.
okay, I just have one question to ask everyone here because I know everyone here probably is a fan of Tolkien. What do you think they're gonna do? Like the biggest and most stupid bullshit thing that they can do as Amazon Prime releases the new Rings of Power, because I know for a fact they're gonna try to push the LGBT. They're gonna try to push everything. But what's gonna be the worst?
There's going to be an elf.
Oh, I can give you a rundown of the exact things I think they'll do. They're going to have Gandalf as a woman, lesbian relationship, not even kidding.
It'll be with
You're going to have
Galadriel.
black hobbits that are going to be colonized. They're going to have all this wonderful stuff that they've come up with, like writing, and basically, the geniuses of the world are going to be conquered and colonized by white hobbits or something out of nowhere. Just
You're going to be
anything
getting.
that you think.
You're going to be able to make some
Anything.
good content out of this, Gary.
Yeah.
Anything you think, no matter how stupid you think it could get.
It's either an armored female elf or an armored female Numenorian. It's hard to tell.
Now, I don't know about story points, but all I know is I can predict reactions, and I think Gary is going to be so angry that he's going to transcend anger and go into
And not-
like uncontrollable laughter.
And not break another monitor.
Because it's going to be such a parody of what the original thing was. It's just going to.
I said it, and I'm gonna stick it to it. I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy a book the second they actually release that show. I'm gonna buy the original book again, just in case, because I want to support the original creator.
Whoever the lead characters are going to kill it off.
So these are the first 2 pictures they show you.
That's phallic, strangely.
Those are the first 2 pictures they show you. Neither
Balls
of
and a
those
shaft.
those are not white people.
Yep.
That's fine. Sure. Okay. Great.
I mean, yeah.
Finally, if they're men, okay, if they're from the race of man and they somehow traveled from the east earlier than anybody else did in the story prior to the ethnic genocide that apparently has to happen in Middle Earth.
Okay.
Lord of the Rings.
The first picture actually has like a ring and a necklace.
Here's the second. She what?
He has a ring and a necklace actually. Do you see that the black one actually has
in the holding
the
the
black
map
one has
thing?
a ring and a necklace.
Yeah, that's a woman.
Could it be one of the rings of power? They actually gave it to oh come on.
Yeah. Maybe they're just trying to put in some teaser crap.
I don't know.
Well, all the ones that went to men turn into Nazgul. Okay.
Yeah.
So what if? Hang on. Let's go down here. I'm telling you, that's a small hand. That hand is way too small to be a dude. And unless it's a tiny man, that is not a man's hand right there.
I mean, I got small hands. I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
So,
well, they don't hire tiny people anymore, so yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna work.
I don't know.
No, I just have small hands.
I would have jacked up made that look much bigger if that's supposed to be a dude. So Kieran the Shipwright, maybe.
Those two look like Game of Thrones right there. That don't look like Lord of the Rings at all. I see Game of Thrones.
Okay, so this
That's what
is
they're
an
aiming
elf.
for, right?
This is an elf right here to the left. I absolutely know this is an elf. I'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
And then we have look at this on the right. What the fuck is that? What is I mean, okay, you got a hammer, it's a dwarf. All right, fine. Numenorian, they're gonna probably have some kind of not a necromancer, but a sorcerer. A sorcerer. One of these is gonna be the Witch King, maybe. Oh, it turns into the Witch King, maybe. That's Galadriel in her battle armor. I'm telling you right now. So we don't know anything about the Nazgul. We know nothing about them. There is theories out there that one of them was a Numenorian, maybe even possibly because there's black Numenorians who were bad Numenorians. That's why they were called black Numenorians. And then there's, but imagine fighting a Nazgul. See, this is where the story's cool. So imagine you're the good guy and you get a ring and then you turn into a Nazgul and you're a good guy and you are just a slave to Sauron. That's all you are, is basically an avatar for his will. Forever, but you're conscious enough to know.
You see, this is what I love. The worst this thing will be that at least we'll get content, and then Gary can then educate us on what the actual story was, and other Lord of the Rings fans, because I'm learning more from this garbage, the actual Lord of the Rings story.
The good thing that it's gonna bring a lot of new subscribers for Gary. I know it. That's a reality, and we all know it.
We do.
I can't wait to figure out.
I'll bet another 100K at least.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna reach cutie pie levels based off of this shit.
Cutie pie?
Mixing up the stories.
A million or more, yeah.
Cutie pie's even.
I want to know where the berries come from. Fuck the rings. Tell me about the berries. There's a berry, wait, and then wait. Apple. Who could be holding the apple? I wonder who's holding the apple. Sauron. Not Sauron.
William Tell to place it on his son's head.
I think that's that's kind of an. I think that might be an orc. Maybe it's a chick. Maybe it's a lady orc. Maybe it's not Sauron. Maybe it's female orc.
Maybe it's orc from Dork.
Maybe it's female Sauron.
Wait,
Maybe
who
it's
do you think
female
the apple,
Sauron. Maybe it's
the apple
Sauron's
holding person
sister.
is? Because I thought it was them being stupid and having a callback to
It's
Pippin having-
Lauron, Sauron's sister. Yeah, his lesbian sister is way smarter.
I have a question.
She actually designed the rings for him.
I have a question. Are they ruining this on purpose, or do they genuinely believe they're making something good?
Nobody's ruined. When they ruin stuff on purpose, it's like that Corman Fantastic Four. So they do make stuff, but they don't intend for people to see it, or it ends up being a Max Visaggio show that was on Sci-Fi. So sometimes they don't ruin it, but they don't put anything into it. They put $1 billion into this, so they are trying. They're absolutely.
They just think people want this woke shit.
I'm just gonna
For
say
some
one
reason.
thing. They actually waited the second that Christopher Tolkien actually died to start writing this.
Yes,
I
they
know
did.
it for sure
Oh,
because
yeah.
they waited like 3 years. They announced it like 3 or 4 years ago, and the second that Christopher Tolkien died, but I remember it. The second he died, they started releasing there's gonna be LGBT. There's gonna be and they changed everything. And you know that Christopher always was trying his best to actually punch them down and say, don't, please don't. And it was like, we're going to put, no, don't, please. And
they're going to put everything in there.
yeah, they're going to put they're going to grab a big bag of diversity and they're going to try everything. And it's going to be like a big cake of
That looks like
I'm a big Wheel of Time fan, so yeah, no, they're gonna destroy it.
I wonder if this is our
Well, by the way, they're gonna up $2 more every month for Amazon Prime. So,
and then hey, we got some rope, and there's a ring right there, and then we got body positivity. This is a Hobbit. Got to be a Hobbit. Yeah, it looks. I'm getting a Wheel of Time vibe, like big time Wheel of Time vibe from this.
Oh, yeah.
So, which is not good. All right,
No,
so we're
plus the showrunners haven't done absolutely anything. They have no credits to their name whatsoever.
No, they haven't. And the first picture they release, like I guess this is going to be in the prologue or just the first episode, because that's not what this is going to be about. Because these trees were gone, long gone before before Sauron and Numenor and all that stuff, and the forging of the rings and all that.
How many seasons has it been? Have they announced?
5 committed seasons. 5.
Oh my god! How many episodes?
If they actually like finish one, I'm gonna be happy die the second they release it.
8 to 10 episodes, I think.
They're gonna Sherlock it. It's gonna be 3 episode seasons, just so they can squeeze through them.
Yeah, over 5 years. God, that was the thing that had a fall off. It was intense. The BBC Sherlock. The first two seasons were great, and after that, it was totally unwatchable. It's like, oh my god,
I think Star Trek Discovery was committed all along to, and other people reported this, committed all along to 5 seasons. That's why we're getting 5 seasons. So you're going to see a preview of that. Like nobody's watching Star Trek, but they have to make them. So.
What do you think the future is for Star Trek, Gary? Where is it going?
Oblivion, apathy. It'll be Buck Rogers. It'll be Flash Gordon. What it is?
Trek's what brought me to your channel in the first place, to be frank. Yeah.
Just one question, Gary. Do you think they're gonna try their best to actually sell this product, or do you think that they're gonna try to use it like a platform by the second it begins?
Both, absolutely both. They put billions of dollars in Lord of the Rings, so they like Amazon's very inexperienced at making television. They just have a ton of money. They have a ton of money, but quite frankly, like Boys season 2 sucked. I know, just inject some common sense. Like Good Omens, I like parts of it. I loathe parts of it. Tick was the best thing they've probably ever done, and they canceled it. So
yeah, it was good. Tick.
To paraphrase Ricky Gervais, a small, sick part of me wants the next generation to tell this generation, you are not woke enough. This will be shit. Strike for $24 or $5. A small part of me wants them to get what they want. But then I'd have to live there too. So we're gonna wrap things up. We're gonna wrap things up. I gotta
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Super quick. I gotta go.
What did you think about the Bee's suggestion for Doctor Who?
I didn't see it.
Jordan Peterson.
Oh,
yeah.
That's hilarious. Totally hilarious. I loved it. I loved it. I think it would be actually he'd probably make a very good doctor, better than Jodie.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I just love the comments down there. I was cracking up reading everybody's comments.
Oh yeah, I saw very similar comments when I took all my my Doctor Who action figures and I posed them with my Donald Trump action figure.
Oh yeah,
people. I had the first Doctor with his arm around Donald Trump. It was good.
Oh
time.
god. When is your Cal exit video coming out?
Perry. Hey Perry. It's going to be a couple days. It's going to be a couple, 3-4 days, because he just got it like right when I started the stream.
How long do you think it'll be?
Well, I told Perry 10 minutes. It's 18. So sorry, Perry. There is a big video clip, Perry. You can cut up the Bill Maher stuff. You can cut that up pretty good, as long as you get Barry Weiss just saying that we've sold out a couple of generation of kids. That's all I need in there.
Well, it was good to catch you, Gary.
Good to talk to all of you. Sorry, I got to run so quick.
Briefly,
yeah.
Yeah, it was great finally getting into one of these with you guys.
Cheers.
Yeah, I missed the last several unless you didn't. I just figured that you were busy packing.
I am busy packing, but that's what I've been doing. I haven't had one in like 3 weeks. So we're gonna have another one on Sunday morning. So I'll see you guys then.
Can you ask Jeremy if he has any updates on Orlando?
Oh, you didn't hear me talk about this earlier? I'm going to talk to him tomorrow after Friday Night Tights, and we'll let you know.
Okay, I knew October, but just trying to, to warn everybody real quick before you come to Orlando, they have quadrupled the price on rooms per night. It's insane. So there's that.
We will all
Rooms
stay
that
in
we
your house.
Gouging.
rooms that we normally get for $85 a night, they want $220.
We will all bring tents and camp in your backyard.
Yep.
With the alligator, you can try. Yeah,
I'll wrestle him. Let's do this.
All right, guys. Take
Laters,
care.
Terry.
Is Ruben in here? What's up, Ruben?
Have a good night.
Ruben.
Ruben.
Thank you.
Much love to you guys.